Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
To the panel. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm gonna start it with you since you're in the box, lovely. So I do wanna ask, like, how did you how did you first come into contact with TKO Capone? If you can kind of give us a little bit of a background, and I'm gonna just let you go with it. I'm not gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna mute myself. Okay.
Okay. When I first met TKO, I had just got fired from my job. I was working at Sonic for like 3 years. And I had got fired and I went to another job, Hideaway Pizza. I didn't like it at all. I hated my job. I seen TKO on Facebook. Every day I would get on Facebook and he would just keep popping up on my timeline. And I was like, damn, he fine. He used to have photo shoots and he used to have the greatest pictures. And I was like, all right, this is the third time he pops up. Let me just hit you up. So I hit him up and he said, give me your number. Let's meet up. And we met up. He took me out to eat. He took me to the studio. And he started talking to me about how much money we could make. I told him I always wanted to be a rapper. I always wanted to be an actress. And he said, we can go to LA. We can get this money. He told me about prostitution. And he said, they really don't want sex. They just want to spend time with you. So we can do this. We can make a lot of money. We can become rich and famous. And so he was like, we just need some money. And I was like, I just got 200. That's all I got. So I gave that to him. Yeah, I'm nervous, you guys.
Baby, and let me say this real quick, not to cut you off. Y'all admins, kick out anybody. And lovely, I don't want you to be intimidated by the comments or anything. You can swipe the comments. I'm here with you. I'm looking
I
at
should
you.
stop interacting
Yeah,
with the comments.
yeah, because I don't want them. Thank you, Karma. I just don't.
So
Because
if you
look,
swipe from left to right and then press the little T in the bottom left, the whole comments will go away. Okay. Swipe from left to right and then the little T in the bottom left disappear. Boom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, and you can go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, love. Go ahead.
Okay, so we got our money and we went to Vegas. And I started posting online. I started posting ads on Backpage, and I started going on dates. I remember my first date I ever had. I didn't have to have sex. They just wanted to like sniff cocaine off of me. It was crazy. And then I came down from the hotel and I gave him the money. He was like, great job. That was your first time. And so then we traveled to LA where we stayed with this music producer. And that's when TKO started showing me his true colors. When he, I did something stupid. I was doing my hair and I was like, I started flushing stuff down the toilet, like my hair. And TKO started yelling at me. He was like, this is dumb. Why would you do that? You're going to stop up the toilet. He just started going off on me. And then we had got a girl. She had a baby. The baby spilled Kool-Aid all over the floor. He started going crazy. He kicked her out. And So we started having dates and making moves. We started getting money, but I wasn't making that much money. We wasn't doing a good job. So on the last day we stayed at the apartment, he just started punching the wall. He punched a big ass hole in the wall. I just looked at him like, my intuition was telling me like, this dude is kind of crazy. But I stayed with him. I stayed loyal to him. And we left and we went back to Oklahoma. And we started posting back again on Backpage. And I wasn't really making that much money. So he was like, you either gonna have to be a stripper or you're gonna have to, or I'm done with you. And by then I was extremely in love. Like, he was like the love of my life at this time. And I was like, okay, I'll be a stripper. I'll be a stripper. And he took me to the strip club. He got me some drinks. And that's when I started dancing. And I was making a lot of money. And
Now,
then
now, now, not to cut you off, Lovely. How old were you, or around how old were you,
I
during
was
this time?
19. I was
Okay.
19. I never graduated from high school. I wasn't that smart. My mother didn't teach me a lot about men. She didn't teach me a lot about a lot of stuff. So I didn't have a lot of friends. I was the weird girl. I was bullied.
Mm.
And I thought TKO was my only way out. Because he promised all my life, I just wanted to be rich and famous. I just wanted to be a rapper. And TKO, he was like my only way out. But I was in love with him. And so I started dancing, and at first it was just me and him. Armani was just his best friend. Um, they both told me they were just best friends, but they had more going on. I really thought they was best friends. I didn't think they was messing with each other. It took another girl to tell me that they was messing with each other. I really genuinely thought they was only best friends. And so I didn't realize that they was together until we moved in together. But yeah, so um yeah, I
Okay,
started
so
dancing.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what was you about to say?
So I was gonna ask you. Well, I was gonna let you know first of all. You were a baby. You know, you were only a baby. It's not your fault. You know, you were, just young.
Yeah, I was a
And
baby and I wasn't too smart. Like I barely went to school. Like my mother, she didn't care if I went to school or not. I would always wake up late and I would miss school. And one day the principal called and he was just like, just don't come to school. Just don't come. Just don't come back. So I had got kicked out of my last three schools because I wouldn't go enough. Because my mother, she didn't care if I went or not. She didn't care about teaching me anything. So I didn't have no game. I didn't have nothing. But TKO, he has a very good mouthpiece. Um, he has the gift of gab. So, and my
yeah,
dad, he was in prison. He's been in prison all my life. So I had no
yeah,
guidance, and I barely had any education.
yeah. You didn't have that. You didn't have that support. You know, that support system. And um, it's just at the end of the day, this man took advantage of that. Like, he knew that you were young, naive. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I just want to let you know that we hear you. Your story is heard. I know you said you've been bullied, and we're not allowing that over here. We're letting you know that your story is heard. And I thank you so much for even sharing that. You are loved, Lovely.
thank you.
Like, you are really loved, and we definitely love you if nobody has told you that. How long have you dealt with, did you deal with TKO? Can you kind of give us like a
How
timeline?
long? I've dealt with TKO since 2012. We've been on and off, and yeah. I think
Okay, so
the last time I seen him was in, I think it was 2018 after I had my son. He told me him and Armani was over. He told me he just wanted to be with me. And I went all the way to Vegas. All I had was $1,000 in my pocket. And once I got there, he said, you want to go with me to LA? Me and Armani going. She came back. So he played me. He made it seem like they broke up. He made it seem like we was just going to be together. And so he completely wasted my time. And I was done with him after that. I went back home.
wow. So what would you say was your biggest breaking point with TKO? Like, did he ever do like anything that just stood out over
Um,
everything, like a particular
my biggest
situation?
breaking point was when he tried to force me into a foursome. We were in the house. We had 9 girls. I know y'all heard him talk about those 9 girls. I was one of those girls. I was his bottom bitch. All those girls would bring me the money, and I would bring it to him. I always sat in the front seat. Everybody knew I was his. I was his favorite. He used to show me favoritism. But my breaking point was when he chose the ugliest bitches in the house, which was disrespectful. At first it was just me and Capone in a room. We was watching movies. I was mad at him because what did he do? I forgot what he did, but I was mad at him. I wasn't talking to him for a while. I would just bring him the money. I would take the girls to work. I was basically the pimp at this point because he wasn't doing anything. He was just working on his music, and I had to handle all the girls. And he tried to. We were in the room, and then suddenly the other girls started coming in, and then he turned on porn. And then suddenly the girls, they started feeling on me and kissing on me, and I felt uncomfortable. So I left the room, and I went to go watch the movie, and they continued to have sex, and I heard them. So, and I wanted him to myself. I wanted to marry him. I was in love with him, even though he had issues. I was lost in love, and so I got jealous and stuff. But then I just started watching stuff about Jesus, and like every time me and T Kill would get into it, he'd be like, pray. Just pray." Like even when he used to beat my ass, he'd just be like, go pray to God. And like
Wow.
I had started watching
Wow.
a bunch of Jesus
Jesus.
stuff. I had watched this movie. It was a beautiful movie about Jesus, and like I found God that day. But that was my breaking point when he tried to force me into a foursome. And then another breaking point was when he said, after everything I'd done for him, he was like, "You could die and go to hell for all I care." And those words just stuck to me. Like, after everything I've done for you, you said I could die and go to hell and you don't care. And so that was my breaking points.
Wow. Man, just so upset. Like every time I hear these stories, like of what he's doing, taking advantage, and I want to let people know something. It's easy to judge her story, y'all, but she was 19. He manipulated her. He sold her a cell, like he sold her a dream. Like let's be fair. Y'all understand? Y'all don't see the pattern with this situation. He gets these vulnerable girls like in their situations, different situations, some similar, some different, and he plays off of that. You know what I'm saying? He pit these women against each other. He had her thinking, okay, we're gonna, you're gonna be my main one. Meanwhile, he's out here pitting all of them against each other. That's what a pimp is known to do, y'all. So just be understanding. Be
And
understanding. Yetta, go ahead,
I do
girl.
want to say too, everybody has one thing in common where we say he got the gift of gab, he got a mouthpiece on him. He's a talker. He can charm anybody into believing that what he's saying is genuine. He sells himself, presents himself to be a certain way. Like he's not doing this just for him. He really wants to help you. And that is the game. And y'all have heard Barbie say it too. Like she talks about the game a lot and how you got to have a mouthpiece. And she got a mouthpiece. Okay. So you can talk people into doing stuff if you learn the tactics. So he knows that like the back of his hand. So don't be thinking that every bitch is just a dumb bitch. We just trust people that we shouldn't trust. And that's not our fault because we got a good heart and we don't think suspiciously of everybody who say something to us. He acted like he cared and we fell for it. But yeah, beautiful, lovely. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can continue.
Oh, it's okay.
So beautiful, lovely. So my question, okay, so at this point you were in Vegas, correct? I just want to make sure I'm in the
Yeah,
right
we were in
place.
Vegas. We had
Okay.
just got our first house. We had a roommate. It was this boxer. His name Liddell. He from Oklahoma. So we had a room. It was a pretty big house, and all the women would sleep in like the loft or TKO's room. He had his own room.
Okay, so at that at the place that you guys were staying in, how many women at that time would you say it was?
It was 9 women, including
Okay.
myself.
Okay, now you did mention a lady, a girl that got kicked out. She had a baby. Am I hearing that correctly? One of the girls, the working girls, had a baby with them.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't recall that.
just making sure. Okay. All right. So at this moment, when you're in Vegas, like, did you ever have like any particular run-ins with like Armani? I know you said that you thought that
No,
they were
Armani
business
wasn't
partners.
there. Armani was
Okay.
in Oklahoma. They were just best friends at this time. They weren't together. She had her own apartment. She worked for a rental company or like a telemarketing company.
And this was in 2012.
Yeah. Or wait, no. It might have been like 2013, 2014 when we got those
Okay,
9
because
women.
they claim that they've been together for 16 years. So that's less than
Well,
16 years.
I don't know why they keep saying that, but they've been friends for 16 years. They've been fucking for 16 years, but they didn't get together until after me and him were
Oh,
done.
I know why they say it because they want to sell some fake ass relationship and make it look
Yep.
like they're a happy couple.
Right.
Keep going.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. So at this moment, like, where did it go? Where did it take its turn? Like, did he just start getting physical at first, or?
At first we were having fun, we were drinking, but the girls wasn't making a lot of money, and I was the breadwinner. The girls, they weren't that attractive. They were working at a club that didn't have much customers. Like the club they was working at only had like 1 or 2 customers, so they wasn't gonna make any money. And so he would take his anger out on me. Every time the girls would get in trouble, like I was his bottom bitch, so he would take it out on me. And I remember one time he had dragged one of the girls into the garage. He was beating her. He had dragged one of the girls into the garage, and he was like, "Why the fuck you ain't do nothing? Why you ain't stop me?" And I was like, I was scared. I'm scared of you. You a fucking demon. You scary, bro. And so he would just yell at me it was a lot of mental and emotional trauma I had to deal with. So he would constantly take everything that the girls did out on me, like it was me that did it. And so like I was responsible for all them. I had to teach them things, and I had to take them to work, and yeah. So one time I wasn't having sex with him. I completely, the time he tried to get me to have a foursome, I just completely checked out. I wasn't in love with him no more. I was just focused on the money, and I stopped having sex with him. And so I forgot where I was going. I'll be
Take your
forgetting
time.
stuff.
Take your time. No,
My
it's
bad, I'll
okay.
be forgetting stuff. Um, I wasn't talking to him. I was just handing him the money, and I was just numb. I was like a robot at this time. So I wasn't having sex with him. He was angry. Oh yeah, this was, I'm sorry. So one time he was like, I denied him. I was like, no, I'm not having sex with you. So one time he just blew up. He went crazy on everybody, and he kicked all the women out the house. He only left like 3 of them. He kicked every single woman out. He threw one girl out on the street. He threw all her stuff out the car and left her on the corner. And so it was only like 3 girls left. Me, plus me, 4 girls left. And and then the girls one time. So we was working at a new strip club, and the girls was jealous of us because we were like a team and we had a peak. When you're working at a strip club, girls get jealous of you. TKOs would drop us off in an Escalade, bumping music, so the girls hated us, and they would throw pennies at us on the stage. And the girls got into a fight, and we went to well, they didn't get to a fight. We was like, we're gonna fight, and we went to the store, and we was like, we're gonna set this up. And they started fighting, and we had got fired the next day because they heard about it, even though it wasn't at the club when we was fighting. So all the girls had got fired, and Capone blamed everything on me. He said, why the fuck would you let this happen? And I was just trying to take up from my family. They was my family at the time, so I was trying to protect them. I was trying to, but we had all got fired, and so he had went off on me and beat my ass, and blamed everything on me. So
So
yeah.
when you say he was blaming everything on you, that's the narcissist behavior that every woman seems to explain. He's a narcissist, and this is how a pimp moves. At that moment, like, what was going through your mind, like when he like was attacking you,
I,
like?
I was just numb.
Mm.
I was just I, I was just trying to figure out my escape. It was around Thanksgiving time, and I was like, I need to go see my family. It's Thanksgiving. My phone, and he said my mom and his. He deleted every single number on my phone.
Wow.
As soon as I got back in the car, I was like, he even deleted like some of my top tricks that give me the most money. And he was like, he got angry at me because the tricks I had, I couldn't even call them. So I was like, you deleted every single number on my phone. How am I calling them? Why they not calling you? Me and my trick had gotten into an argument. That's why he wasn't calling me. And yeah.
So can I don't know if it's okay with you, only if you give me the okay. But it was a live of you and TKO, and TKO made a comment, and I feel like it would make sense for me to play it so the people can hear what he said. He said something. You know what I'm talking about, right, Lovely?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it was a moment where you called him out for a situation, and his response is very telling. And I just feel like I should play it if you give me the go ahead.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can
is that
play
okay?
anything. You can
Okay,
play anything.
thank you, Queen. All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So listen to this. Trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning.
Y'all remember somebody that wrote me a long
trigger warning. Trigger warning.
That's not nigga. Oh my God.
I'm gonna hook it up to the speaker. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Connected.
Do you have the live and singing mode? Put it on singing mode, Charlie.
Are you hear me? Yeah, go ahead. That's not nigga. Oh my God. The devil is a liar, and this is the result. You know? Oh my God.
That should be better.
She told you why she upset. Oh. We don't even talk about it. He got the recording. We don't even Girl, he ain't gonna. He not finna say that right there, girl.
I hear that. Y'all hear that? He said you're not even rape material. I know it may be muffled, y'all. I don't know. So unfortunately, they removed it off of YouTube. They removed the original live off of YouTube. This is the only one I could find of Tommy K recapping it. So I'm trying to play it as best, like in the mic. So I'm gonna try to play that part again. Just try to listen. We understand it's muffled, so just try to listen.
That's not me. Oh my God. The devil is a liar, and this is the result. You know? Oh my God.
Okay, can y'all hear it? Yeah, could you hear it good, or do I need to
I
just
can
screen
really,
record?
all I can hear is Tommy's voice going, ooh, and stuff like
So,
that.
so should I do the screen thing? Should I go to YouTube on my phone on here?
Yeah, see if
Would
you
that be
can
better
screen
or no?
share or
Yeah,
something.
I
If you got it
can.
on the streaming from.
Okay. Okay. Or I can play it on YouTube if I let me see if I can type it.
Yeah, whichever.
I'm sorry, y'all. No, because I want y'all to be able to hear it. Like,
Just so y'all know, we're not bringing Tommy into this. the recording that he has of the situation that TKO said this to Beautiful Lovely was a recap Tommy was doing. We're not dragging her into it, okay? We're just explaining whose voice we hear. Damn.
Thank you, Yetta. Thank you. We are not dragging. No, exactly, y'all. Come on now. All right, here we go. One at a time. Hey, are you able to hear me? Yeah, go ahead. Bless him. Nigga, don't ever fucking say bad on my fucking name. I ain't no fucking clown chaser. You raped me, nigga. Stop fucking lying. You raped me. That's not me. Tell the fucking truth, nigga. You raped me. You beat me. You raped me.
Oh my God.
The devil is a liar, and this is the result. Nigga, fuck you. You know. Take out. Tell these women what you do to him. Tell these women what you do to him, nigga.
Oh
Stop
my
fucking
God.
lying on my name. I ain't no fucking cloud chaser, nigga. If I was the cloud chaser, I would be doing what Raw Talk doing. I'm with all the fucking top broadcasters. Nigga, don't ever fucking mention my motherfucking name in your fucking mouth, nigga. Honey,
She told you why she upset.
I hope TKO rapes each and every one of you. I hope he.
Oh.
Cause all you bitches talk about we don't even talk about it. I got the recordings, TKO. We don't even.
She got the recordings.
We don't even scared. What did he have an all black? What was he doing? What was I doing? Did you rape me or not? Answer the question.
Girl, he ain't gonna say.
Have you ever raped me? Answer the question. Like that. Is this your moment?
He not finna say that right there, girl.
Never in my life. You're not even rape material, even on roleplay.
What? What is rape material?
Wow. You going to jail, nigga. Pause. What is rape material? Is anybody in here? I have never heard of that. I have, in my 27 years of being alive, y'all, I swear that gagged me. Honestly, that gagged me. And just to hear the pain in your voice, Lovely, I just want to tell you, I believe you. You are believed over here. I believe you. I felt that pain. Every time I hear this, I get the chills. Every time I hear you, just the rage in your voice, I believe you. I felt that pain. Like that's something you can't fake. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, do you remember like how did you remember him actually saying you're not rape material? Did you actually hear that when you were there? That's crazy. How do you feel about that?
I just feel like TKO is sick. TKO is a demon, and that's no longer TKO. I feel like TKO is dead. He been gone. I feel like he allowed demons to take over him. I don't know what happened to him as a child. I think he's been abused by women. I don't know what happened to him to make him hate women so much. So.
My belief is that he's jealous. He wishes that he had been a woman himself. He was raised with sisters.
Exactly.
He wants to be a woman. I believe that most men who abuse women are in competition with them, and they're jealous of them. They want everything that they have. They don't want to be honest with themselves. And the fact that they want to be a woman, they should just go ahead and do that, or be with a big burly nigga. Because I think that they all down low. They weak as fuck because they want what you have. They hate you for it.
Right. Like, I agree with you, Yetta. Like, after I had my baby, I started going through a spiritual awakening. I started learning about spirituality. I started learning about tarot. I started learning all kind of things about goddesses and gods. But eventually, it just led me back to Jesus. And
Amen.
I love Jesus, you know. So, but I did learn how to read tarot, and I started doing readings on Capone, and it said that he wanted to be me. He wanted to completely take my soul. He wanted to replace me. He wanted me dead so he could be me. That's what I read in my tarot. And then I started going to psychics, and I went to a lot of psychics. I went to at least 100 psychics who didn't even know me, didn't even know my background. And each and every one of them said the same thing. They said he wants to be you. He's obsessed with you. He stalks you, and he they told me he started hiring private investigators to watch me, and I would go outside and I would see the same car every day,
Oh my
and I
God.
would start seeing weird things. People would be watching me, people would be following me, and
Jesus.
he still does that to this day. That's what my cards revealed to me, and that's what my psychics revealed to me.
Oh my God.
Like
Jesus.
It
to
was over 100 different psychics from different states, different parts of the country. They all told me the same thing. They all explained my background. They was on point. They told me what was about to happen the next day. It did happen. They told me about my family. Everything was on point. What they said to me.
I just want to address the issue that people are having in the comments saying that tarot and psychics are demonic. I want y'all to understand that the people who present themselves to be so religious and godly are typically the most devilish ones. Take TKO for instance. We have been taught to believe that people who use more percentages of their brain and have these abilities to read are demons, but really it's the opposite. Just so y'all know, a lot of the stuff that has been taught to us to be bad is actually the good stuff. And the stuff that we've been taught to think is so great, they be the devilish motherfuckers. Just so y'all know. Everybody who's saying they woke, y'all be the sleepless motherfuckers. Okay.
You're not
Exactly. Like
lying.
TKO and Armani taught me never to trust a soul. No matter how sweet Armani seems,
Mm.
behind the scenes, she's not nice. She's not a nice person, you guys. And I hate when Korea like praises her. Cause she's not a nice person. She doesn't care about you at all, Korea. You trying to take her man, she don't care about you at all. She wants you gone. She just likes your money. Armani likes money. And that's another
Jesus.
thing my psychics revealed to me about Armani. Armani is mentally unstable. She's a
Mm.
narcissist, just like TKO. Um, so and the
Wow.
way when I was in the house, she used to, when me and Armani and TKO lived together, she would tell everything wrong I did. One time I was feeding the dog. I used a regular silver spoon to get the food out the dog can. Armani told TKO she's using a regular spoon, but it's like we got bleach, we got soap. Then TKO just started going off on me like, bitch, don't ever fucking use a silver spoon. Use a fucking plastic spoon. That's why we got all these fucking plastic spoons. It's
Oh
like,
my
I know how
God.
to clean. I'm a woman. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to kill the germs. Um, we could use bleach. Like, it was just getting dog food out the can. Like, TKO would mentally torture me every single day. It was like I was in hell. I thought I was in hell. I thought I was dead.
Mm.
Because they said, everybody was talking about when I first met TKO, everybody was talking about the world going in 2012. They had came out with that movie 2012, the world going in. So I thought maybe it did end. Maybe I'm dead. Maybe TKO's the devil. Maybe I'm in hell. I don't
Mm.
know. But it was
Uh,
like always walking on eggshells. Like I didn't know whether to talk. You never know. Should I talk today? Should I not? Let me just be quiet. But if I be quiet, he gonna be like, "Why the fuck you not talking?" If I talk, I'm gonna hurt his feelings. He's a Pisces. Anything can trigger him. So I just be quiet and only talk when I was talking, when I was spoken to. You know?
wow. Wow. But lovely, man, I just commend you. You are so strong. And let me tell you, you have life. You are alive for a reason. It's purpose in your life. And I know you know that because you said you found new love in Jesus. And that's amazing. So let me pause you right here, lovely. We're gonna
Yeah.
come back to you. I do want to thank you. I'm gonna give you a little break. I'm gonna put you on mute. I do want Yetta maybe to like kind of take over, but Lynette, well, go ahead,
I
Yetta.
just I want to get this shit off me while it's still fresh because I feel like that was a lot or whatever. But see, like I should have been taking notes, honestly, to get my responses. But I definitely feel you when you said you was the bottom bitch and then you got blamed for everything. That is exactly the position that Armani is in right now, and that's what she don't like. I feel like Armani knows exactly what's going on. She knows what they're doing. She is almost just as guilty as him because she knows what they're doing and she allows it. She stands for it. She sits back. She's an accessory. But she also wants them to come so she can get that weight off her shoulders. She don't want to be blamed for everything. She want him to leave her the fuck alone, bruh. Get off my back. But when I lived in that house, she was literally blamed for everything. We went to Olive Garden one time, and they ordered the same shit every time. And me coming from the service industry, I know y'all all hate. You think I always get into it with people about food? Well, I'm passionate about food, and I come from the service industry, and I love my job. Okay, they were so embarrassing. It was so hard to go out with them because they were so nitpicky and they want their shit a certain way and they don't even fucking tip very well. She ordered it just the way that they always do. They are creatures of habit. Hot breadsticks, hot. All of this. The breadsticks were cold. TKO threw a fit and we're live so people can hear him.
I know about the breadsticks.
Oh my God, they can hear him. The breadsticks are cold. And he always throws a fit like, oh, pouting like a fucking toddler. He acts like a kid who was raised wrong. And he's like, it's probably because Armani didn't order them right. And I looked at Armani like, really? You gonna blame? I heard her order. She ordered them right. And you want to throw a fit over the littlest shit. Like if we would go out to breakfast and they didn't have his hot syrup, he wouldn't even eat his breakfast. He'd throw his hands up in the air like it's just the end of the world. And he pouting and Armani get up from the table and flag somebody down. Excuse me, he needs his hot syrup. He needs his hot syrup. You fucking baby. You ungrateful little bitch boy. And then as soon as they bring it to him, he eat 3-4 bites. And then I need a check, please. I'm like, dang, we just got the fucking food and you finna waste it all? Because if they bring home the leftovers, they're not gonna eat them anyway. They are so annoying and embarrassing. And I got sick of it day after day. It got worse and worse. I don't see how people could have stuck around as long as they did. I'm not trying to blame it on them. But me, for one, cannot deal with that. I can't deal with that. That was pissing me off.
Right.
So
because like I was scared to even go to restaurants with TKL. I was scared to eat their food because every time we go, he'll complain about something. He'll talk shit to the drive-through person. I didn't even want to eat my food, like torturing people.
It is so rude, and I felt bad for them. And like I know that they're the type because they're creatures of habit. When they walk in, people probably be like, "Please don't come to my section. Please don't sit down in my section. I don't want to sit there. No, you got to take that table. No, I ain't taking that table. I don't want to fuck with them." Every time I know it because I work in that industry. So I just be looking at the servers like, sorry, embarrassing. And you know how people treat the service like shit. That's how you can tell that they're awful people. If somebody can down talk the bus boy or your server or your cab driver or the doorman, that's somebody you shouldn't even have around you. You look down on people. That's fucked up.
Right.
And don't even tip right to be
I
so
remember
needy.
one time he tried to he had got us burgers and I had took a bite of the burger before him and he like cussed me the fuck out. He was like, "Why the fuck would you eat before me?" He just went crazy because I bit the burger before him, even though I bought the burger by selling my pussy, nigga.
And he got all of these rules that you're supposed to just know. You're supposed to just know that he's going to feel disrespected if you take a bite of your burger first. How you supposed to just know that? He is ridiculous. He get upset about the littlest shit. And I hear you when you said you're afraid to say anything because whatever you might say might piss him off. That's why Armani is like, y'all think she's so quiet and sweet and docile. She's been trained to be like that. Whatever she say might be something that triggers him. And you never know. So she just learned to shut the fuck up. And that's what he thought I was going to be able to learn to do. And it's impossible for me. Y'all know. I say what the fuck I want to say when I want to say. I cannot bite my tongue. I won't.
Like I'm a Gemini. We're about communication. We gotta talk. And it's like I couldn't even
Okay,
be
come on,
myself
lovely.
around.
Yes.
I couldn't even be myself. We're all about communication.
Another thing I wanted to tell you, beautiful, lovely. You said that you've been weird. You're weird. The weird people are the best people. Okay, the people who are regular and normal, those are the ones you want to stay away from.
Right.
Trust me, they're sheep, little
They
robots.
and they're
Okay?
fake. Like, to be weird is to be yourself. We're all weird, you know. I like real shit. You know,
And I wouldn't
TKO
even say. Go ahead. I'm sorry, baby.
TKO is the fakest man I ever met in my life. Like, fake everything, contacts.
Yes.
He's not even who he presents himself to be on here. He don't believe in God. He don't. Everything he be talking about, he does the opposite of. Like, I'll just be
Come on
sitting here
now.
watching his live, and he just be lying after lying to y'all, and y'all really believe everything he say, and it'd be crazy to me.
So he even admitted to me,
It's a
you got to
show.
fake it till you make it. It doesn't matter that we don't have a coffee table or end tables or a silverware drawer. Like when you said you fed the dog with a silver spoon, I said in the comments, at least y'all had utensils. They had like a fork, a knife, a spoon up in that house. They don't eat at home, so who needs that, right?
Wow.
He said it doesn't matter because all that matters is what they see. And that is
Right.
ridiculous to me because the comforts of home, like having a place to set your drink when you're chilling on the couch, that's important to me. I don't care that ain't nobody going to see it. I want comfortability. I want my place of my where I dwell to be a comfortable place. But when he was home, it felt so. It was just we was on eggshells. Me and Armani used to go out by ourselves, and it was great. And when he left us there to punish us after we ganged up on him because he got mad at Armani one day. When we got back from our outing, wherever me and her were at, I was bitching at her about the credit card bills. He refused to pay my fucking credit card bills. When he literally promised me that anything I needed paid, he would pay it. And he didn't want to pay the credit card bills after I put him and Armani on my credit. They had shitty credit, I had good credit, and now you're not gonna pay the credit card bills. Like, nigga, what do you think this is about? Like, you're gonna make it worse for you and for me. Why would you do that? So every day I was stressed out because my bills were not being paid. So as soon as we pull up, I had attitude. I tried to hide it. He said hi to us. He came out to the garage and he gave us both a kiss and he like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, nothing. And he came upstairs and asked Armani, what's wrong? What's wrong with her? I know you did something. You must have said something. He's blaming it on her. And she's like,
Typical.
finally, she broke down and said, she's mad at you. It's about you. And he came
Oh my
downstairs and told me what she
God.
said. And I said, she ain't lying. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. And I don't like the fact that you blamed her for it. It's your fault. You're the problem. And then we both was coming at him and he decided he was going to leave the house before he did something he didn't really want to do, AKA beat our ass. And he went to go get a hotel room and he stayed there for like 8 days. Do y'all remember that? He left me and Armani in the house like he was punishing us.
I
That
do
was when I
remember
started
y'all
looking
was
for
by
a two bedroom
yourselves.
apartment.
Yeah.
I was trying to make an escape. I told Armani, we don't have to stay here. Let's go.
You're not
Let's
lying.
go. And she went to that
Yes.
hotel visiting him a few nights while he was gone. I said, I'm not
Armani is
fucking
never
going over
gonna
there.
leave him, bro.
Bet.
Like, I remember him, TKO and Armani got into a fight. We was at the bank. Armani and TKO was in the front seat. Surprisingly, I was in the back. They just start fucking going crazy. Bop, bop, bop. Both of them. Armani fights back. They was just going crazy. Bop, bop, bop in the front seat. And TKO was like, she won't leave. She won't leave. Like, he was looking. And then I looked at Armani and she looked at me evil with this evil smirk on her face. I was scared. I was kind of scared of Armani that day. But
Oh my
yeah,
God.
she won't leave him, and even my tarot cards revealed that, and even my psychics revealed that. Armani's obsessed with TKO. She won't leave him. I know all y'all trying to get Armani to leave, but when it comes to Armani, I feel like TKO is the victim. I don't know.
No, I don't think
Okay.
he's no victim, but he
Well,
refuses to put somebody out. Like he wants the girls to leave on their own so that he doesn't look like the bad guy. So he just gonna
I
treat
know
them
it
like
sounds
shit.
weird. I know it sounds weird, you guys, but on some real shit, Armani won't leave TKO. I've seen
I
it
agree. So
in real
stop
life.
calling her mama, y'all. Stop calling her sisters. It's not like they can go and kidnap a grown ass woman who don't want to leave. They can't do anything. She is not a minor. They cannot do any. If she don't want to leave, then she not going to fucking leave,
Armani
y'all.
has left multiple
Yeah,
times. She has been far away from him, but she always comes back. She could have left. She could have called the police. She been gone. She's not stuck
yeah.
there.
And I've tried to contact the family. Like I definitely tried to contact the family, and they just, I think they're at the point where it happens, like, it's, I think they tried, like, they have tried. And it's like when you try so much, it becomes triggering. So I just hope Armani wakes up with the baby. Like, that's what I hope. So let me unmute. The panel. Yetta, can you introduce us to Lynette, to Island Girl? I'm gonna let you do that intro, and then we're gonna go from there.
Y'all, Lynette came on this app years ago as Island Girl. This is her new page. She was on here and she saw me bitching about this nigga every day, and she came to me and said, "Hey, guess what? I have a story to tell too. I was pimped by TKO in Las Vegas years ago. Okay." And she told me, and then she said she wanted to do an interview. We did an interview. It's on YouTube. It's not on my YouTube. I don't do shit to promote my own channels, guys. So if you want to find it, it is just search Yetta Island Girl. Some Big OT page recorded it. So it's on there. And she been told her story. She showed the receipts, proof of the abuse. And if y'all don't believe her, you need to dig down inside yourself and figure out why you would rather support an evil, sadistic abuser than listen to people who are clearly, passionately telling you the story from their hearts that they had to endure. Okay? So, Island Girl, AKA Lynette Kid, you're always going to be Island Girl to me. Go ahead and tell us from the jump what happened.
Hi. I went to work for TKO. I mean, it's all word of mouth. This is almost 17 years ago. So it was all word of mouth. You want to go work in Vegas, go make money, whatever, you're going to stay here, blah, blah, blah. So I was under the impression that I was going to go stay over there while I work and everything I had to do. I was very clear in everything I have to do. I want to make this clear. I come from this. So I usually work with people my age. So I don't give a fuck about nobody. But when I got there, they were underage girls working. They were the girls that were going to work at the club, which was me, and girls that worked the street. Because if you can't get a fake ID, you can't get in the club. So I go there to work, and the speech of we're a team, we do this as a team, we're working together, tea time. We're working together, we're a family, we're this, we're that. That was an everyday thing. An everyday thing. We needed to have the speech of how we're a family, we need to work together, and we need to do this together, whatever. So, first incident was two girls got to the home and they were not arguing, but one of the girls was trying to get the other girl not to say something. And TKO was standing in front of them and the girl was like, tell him. And she's like, no, we'll talk about it later. And the girl's like, no, I want you to tell him because in this game, if you don't tell, you get hit. So the girl's like, no, let me tell him later. Tell him, let me tell him later. So the girl walks away and they both walk away, but the girl got scared because obviously it's already there that now I need to tell him. She comes back and she tells him she forgot to give him a certain amount of money. And he's asking her, why would you forget? Why did you forget? Well, the reason why she forgot is because she didn't really forget. It was that she had a conversation with another pimp and he gave her a certain amount of money and she took it. And she's not supposed to take money from people that are not clients. You're not supposed to talk or have a conversation with other pimps or whatever. So she got hit and I lost it. And I said, she's already telling you why that she forgot to give you the money. She's already telling. But by the time when I reacted to it, I did not know that it was because she had spoken to another pimp or whatever. I thought it was that she forgot to give me money. I thought she got money from a client and she forgot to give me money. And then, when I reacted to him hitting her, he put his arm on my chest and pushed me against a wall. And I said, "You won't let me go." He didn't hit me right there and then because I'm literally looking at him in the face and I'm like, "You're going to let me go. I just don't understand what the fuck is going on." And one of the girls kept telling me, "You don't understand. You don't understand." And I'm like, "What the fuck don't I understand? I know what the fuck we're supposed to do. She forgot to give me money." Well, then later on that night, he came and explained to me what the fuck it was. And like a stupid ass, I'm like, "Well, he has his reasons. She's not supposed to talk to nobody else, whatever, whatever." So then, we're working. I'm sorry, I'm not about the little details because it's
No,
it's too
take your
much.
time, baby. No, you're not.
I
Don't
just
say sorry.
I can't speak
Mm-mm.
about everything that TKO does because it's too much.
It's okay. Go ahead. You got
I'm
it.
just gonna say how it was.
Okay.
So we continue working or whatever, and obviously I have his child, so obviously people know that I'm laying up with this man, but no need for me to say that I have a whole kid. We were working, and time passes between these events, so I don't want people to think this is like days. Time passes between these events, and of course I've seen TKO get mad. Of course I've seen TKO throw a fucking fit. But as long as he ain't got nothing to do with me, and as long as you're not hitting these little girls. So that particular day, the day that what happened to me was that we had gone out, we had gotten home. He's complaining about who made enough money, who didn't make enough money. It's always about money or whatever. And one of the girls is asking him, can she please go to the store to buy some clothing to work? Because she works in the street. She doesn't want to, wear the same thing. And he told her, don't talk to me right now. Don't talk to me right now. And the girl goes again and says, in a little bit, she goes again and says, TKO, it's about to be time for us to, to go. It was a couple of hours, but, we know his head. So obviously, tell him with time. She's like, I need to go to the store. And he's like, give me a little break and you'll let me know later. She gave him enough of a break, in my opinion. She gave him enough of a break and went back to him and asked him, are we going to go to the store? This man lost it and hit that little girl. And when he went to attack that little girl, I lost my entire shit and I jumped on him. And he bit me and left me for dead behind a trash can. I don't know. I don't know if I could show the pictures. I don't know how it works, but the pictures are on YouTube either way.
Yeah, you can see the pictures,
Yeah.
y'all. If you search
So
Yetta Island Girl, that's how you can find it. I don't know whose page it is, some big OT page. The whole interview is there. She showed all the receipts real big. Y'all can see how he bruised her on her chest and her face.
yes.
Damn near died. And she never
Oh
went
yeah,
back. She
there is.
never told him that she was pregnant. That's how she found out. That's how she found out she was pregnant in the hospital.
Jesus. This is what a grown man did to this woman. Y'all. Oh my gosh. Look at her chest. You see it in her face. Like, this is serious. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry you went through that.
Yes, and
And
he claims that he's never met her
go ahead.
before. Y'all. He claims that he's never met her. He don't know this lady. Her story is almost just like Beautiful Lovely, y'all. You would think that they were there together. But it was Beautiful Lovely came like 4 years later. And the same shit. He was doing the same
No, she
shit.
came. She's 2012. If she's 2012, she came
Yeah, because that was only like
like
12 years
3 years,
ago.
like 3 years. 3 years. My son is gonna be 17. So yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
she's
and TKO
2012.
really acts like she never existed. He told me I was like one of his first. So
So
he
he
really
definitely
acts like she never
lies.
existed.
He's been doing this shit a
Sweetie,
long
this man is
time.
gonna be 50 years old. He's gonna be 50 years old. Do you really think you're one of his first?
Right.
He's
No,
49 years
not
of
anymore.
age.
I believe.
Wait,
He's
hold what?
49 years old. TKO is 49 years
He's
old.
actually
Do you
49?
really think TKO
I thought he was 40. When he
has
born
not
in
done this before?
1984?
So he says that
He said
he's 40.
in the police report, it says he's 39. And that was 2014. It's 2024.
Mmm.
No,
Wait.
he says that he's 29,
He's
well
49
30
years
now.
old, my love. That man is about to be 50 years old. Do you really think he hasn't done this his whole life? That's all he knows
Wait. Let me
is
look.
the
Let me
street.
pull it
I
back
thought
up.
he
Go
was
ahead.
40. I thought he was born in 1984.
I'm gonna confirm it. I'm gonna double
If
check,
you read the
y'all.
report, in the report it says 39, if
I
I'm
think
not
So
it
wait,
did
mistaken.
say that.
which
I don't
police
know.
report you talking about? What police report?
The sick, the
When they
coercion, right?
arrested him for the little girl, for raping
Yeah.
the little girl.
Let me see.
It says
Now,
39 years old.
me
Hold
and TKO
on.
went to Wells Fargo and opened up a joint bank account. Social security numbers was involved, IDs and stuff. So according to the ID that I saw, he was born in 1984. So I'm
Right.
39, he's 40. But he also said that a lot of other shit that wasn't fucking true. And people say that he's
Okay.
not even really a Pisces. He was really born in
So,
September and he
Really
changed his
Virgo?
birthday.
so
And, and
I can
not to
verify when you're done. Go ahead.
not to bring up other broadcasters on here, but Ari and
I
K9 done
want it to
changed
be
their names and
verified.
stuff like
I
that too
want
in
it to be
I'm gonna
age.
verified.
verify it.
But
I
I'm
got
just
it.
letting you know, honey.
Yeah.
You're not the first.
Okay. Okay.
And you won't
So,
be the
oh, go
last.
ahead.
Right.
All right. So the date of birth, I just want to confirm it real quick. His date of birth is 3/7/1984. This is what it's showing on the
Okay, so he's 39. Okay.
well,
40.
this was
Now
no,
he's
but
40.
this was in 2014. He was 3/7/84. So how old is he? 40?
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
So he was 29 when
Yeah.
that happened. Okay.
Okay, so we got it
He was
cleared.
I'm just
29?
listen. You're not the first, you won't be the last.
No, I didn't say
I
I
don't
was
give a
first. I
damn
said
what he says. I don't give a damn what TKO says, honestly.
I
But
met him
but
I
around
don't care.
28.
let me just say this, y'all. You know, since he's been on this app, he's been taking 10 years off his age, right? He lied. He been telling us that he was 28 when he
You're
was really 38.
33.
He been lying about that for a long time. So I wouldn't even put it. And when you meet him in real life, the nigga could be motherfucking 50. He looked 50 to me.
You never know what to believe with this
Listen,
man.
So
You don't know
that
what to believe
motherfucker
with.
crazy.
so I'm gonna read
I don't
something.
stress myself out with what TKO got to say, honestly.
Man, it's all he does is lie.
If
Even
you
to this
Google,
day.
if you Google TKO Capone, he wrote his own thing talking about TKO is one of the biggest rappers in the United States. He's worth millions of dollars. It say he aged 28. The whole shit is made the fuck up. So y'all do it. Just go Google it. Google it. See if I'm lying. Don't that look like somebody uncle? The nasty one who molests the little nieces and nephews?
That's how he look in real life.
No, boo, this
Yeah,
is
he
this
used
is
so
what
much
you
fucking
ordered on
filters.
He used to
Amazon
be.
versus what you
He
got.
used to look better than that, but he getting old.
What you order online versus what you get.
Timu.
That's same outfit. This is him. The same time, the same day. I'm proving to y'all how much of a fraud he is. Lynette, like you see how he just recreate. Y'all see this? The nose. He has a filter and he's changing his whole existence. This man does not love himself.
He
This is the reason
filtered.
why.
Listen, if he could filter his
He does
spirit,
not love
he
himself.
would.
Mm, wow, y'all see that? That's
I think
crazy.
he puts on a. I think he puts on a filter and he becomes a whole nother person. I swear.
Yep.
Schizophrenic.
So spiritual in God and oh, I'm so enlightened and we're a family. Fuck you, Nick. Oh,
So that's a really good leeway actually, because when he first got on Bigo, I didn't really watch him for like the first month or two. I saw him on the number one part on the heat list or whatever, but I looked at his page and I refused to go in his room because he had 0 cents and had all of these beans and no diamonds, and I don't like that. To me, that looks real selfish. And like, I'm not gonna go in that nigga room because usually when I go in somebody's room, I'm going in prepared to send gifts. So I'll watch through the window if anything, but I didn't even want to watch him. To me, I was just like, well, fuck him. He's clearly selfish, right? So eventually, he did start sending gifts, and he kept resetting his diamonds, y'all. So it looked like he was
Mm.
sending gifts and then back to zero again because he wanna front like he just that nigga and don't do no trades and don't send no gifts, but he was. Anyway, eventually I stumbled in his room and he was talking about poly, and a lot of y'all think that was my first poly relationship. No, I lived in LA for almost 8 years before I moved to Vegas to live with him in Armani. But I have been in multiple poly relationships. Did they work out? No. But I think that, oh, first of all, let me let me just make something really clear. TKO is not poly. I feel like he's making poly have like a really bad image.
absolutely
And
not.
people
Virtual
think that
pimping.
poly involves women giving the man their money. That is not true at all. Poly dynamics can be a man and two women. It can be a man and a woman together, and the woman has another girlfriend on the side that don't fuck the man. That's still a polyamorous relationship as long as everybody knows. There's no secrets and lies, and everybody's in agreement with it. It could be a whole lot of webs and like it could be these two fuck with each other, and then there's these two that fuck with each other and fuck with this one, but they don't fuck with that one. It can be a whole web of consensual relationship, understanding, honesty, openness with your feelings. You should not be told, well, you just crazy and you tripping. If somebody comes forth and says, hey, I'm feeling left out about something like that, their partner should do their best to make sure they don't feel that way anymore. It's not supposed to just be my way or the highway. It's not supposed to be, well, if you don't like it, then you can bounce. It's not like that at all. Okay. So his idea of poly is just a legal form of pimping. Okay. So when he came on here,
Hmm.
he presented himself to be some type of reformed pimp. He said he had gotten out of jail. He was in jail for 2 years. He found the Lord. He did a lot of reading. He came out super grateful for Armani because she didn't leave him, and she was the only one that didn't bounce and leave his ass high and dry. When I saw him on here, and when I finally came over and started talking to him about the poly thing, him and Armani used to be on live like this every day, and they would get up and dance together, and they had they stupid ass umbrellas and they matching outfits, but they would gloat about how they had been together for almost 14 years, and they were just so happy. It seemed like they were so cute together, and they had a brand, and it was corny, but it was working clearly. So I found out he was poly, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, me too. And he did music. I didn't know it was trash till I got with him. His music sucks, by the way. And and I do music. I'm a singer. I write. I do stuff. And then he was like, we started talking on the back end. He wanted to get a house, a big house. That's what I wanted to do. I don't know if y'all remember when Raz B was on here and me and Raz B became friends. Raz B was FaceTiming me house hunting. We was looking for a dual master big ass house in Vegas because I had been wanting to move out to Vegas from LA. And I wanted my master, and Raz wanted his master. I'm glad that didn't work out because Raz is kind of a little off the rocker. No shade. I still love you, Raz. But that didn't ever fucking happen. But I was like, that's what I want to do. Wow. Oh, that's what I do. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff in common. So we got to talking when I was on vacation in Hawaii in January. 2021. He was dropping on me heavy. I had an auction. He didn't even know what that was. He was still new to Bigo. And he came and gave me like hella dragons. He gave the host of the auction a dragon. This was Clark Kent. Y'all remember that fine ass white boy? It was his auction. And I was just like, oh my God, you know? So he was love bombing, which y'all can Google. So he showered me with gifts. He seemed like he was so generous. And he would sweet talk me on the phone. And I'm walking on the beach in this wonderful fucking scenery, falling in love with this nigga on the phone that I ain't never met before, believing everything he's saying. And then he was like, I really want you to come to the Drip Idol. So he was already doing Drip Idol talent shows on here. He was never doing any poly auditions. He wasn't doing pimps and host panels. He was literally like a Martin Luther King type. He was so motivational. He was spiritual. He was anti-nature
Up the
boy.
side, y'all.
He was anti-nature boy, and I hated nature boy. He seemed like he wanted everybody to just get along. He was preaching some real peaceful meditation type shit. Yeah. So they of course they're reporting me. That everybody hates my guts. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I only stayed with this nigga for 5 weeks.
Nope.
Maybe it's because I
Your
never stayed
story
with
hasn't changed. Your story hasn't changed. Remember that. Your story has not changed. You've been consistent. We like forget the haters. Tell your story. Keep
But
talking. Keep going.
they're saying people are really reporting Yetta. And this has happened to me multiple times where I get clipped and I get a 10-minute ban because everybody teams up on trying to report me and silence me. It's fucking crazy. But anyways,
Oh my
let me get it
God.
before they succeed. So yeah, he presented himself to be entirely different. He tried to get me to come out to Atlanta to be part of the real live Drip Idol talent show. And I flew home from Maui, Hawaii, a day early. I was there for 13 days. It was supposed to be 14. Came back to LA, hurried up and packed a bag and booked a flight to Atlanta. At this point, I had been an agency owner on Bigo since November, and I was making a lot of money as a host. Anyway, I started March 2020 hosting on Bigo, never went back to work. So I started talking to him in January, right? So I had money and I could go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just fly home a day early and go to Atlanta and it's gonna be fun. So he's saying, I got us a hotel room, it's gonna be great. When I get there, turns out Ferragamo is the one who got the hotel room. Ferragamo paid for the hotel room. And Cash Boo was there, and I didn't even know that. He didn't even
Really?
mention that. He made it seem like I was just gonna be, meeting up with him for the first time, and it was gonna be on some boo kiki lovey-dovey type shit. Luckily for him, I'm actually really poly, and I love Cash Boo from the jump. Me and her got along great. That was my little bitch, like for real. Like me and Cash Boo, it was great. Okay. So we ended up, getting down like we get down, and I wanted to stay. Like I didn't want to leave early. He didn't want to leave early. We didn't want to go back home. I ended up getting a Airbnb for us. Cash Boo ended up going back to work, but she never told me that he owed her dragons or anything right then. Like we were both all about him. We didn't talk trash or anything like that. But I decided to move in because we had made an entire fucking plan about buying a house together, me, him, and our money. He's like, okay, well, if you got this much coming in and I got this much coming in and she got this much coming in, we could easily save the three of us $100,000 by June or July if we start now. And I was like, yeah, I'm with the shits. Like, fuck the bullshit. I'm down, you know? It would have been an awesome plan had he not been a swindler. So I wanted to help them. They acted like they wanted to help me. We could have been a great team. In my eyes, I thought it was a great plan. And so he was rushing me to get out of my apartment in LA because after 6 months of living there, and I've been there almost 8 years, I had one month to month. So I could just give him 30 days notice and bounce whenever I wanted. So he's like, the quicker you come, the less you have to spend on rent there because we already got a house here. You won't have to spend $1,100 on your rent. We could put that towards the pot for the house. So I found out that they ain't had no credit for real. I told him I would put you guys on my credit and you stop spending stuff in your debit card. Spend it on credit cards. This is how you build your credit. You use it and then you pay it off. You pay it down. So the money that you would have spent on gas or groceries or whatever, you charge it and then you take the money that's in your bank account and then you pay the credit card. That's how I do it. And I done fucked my credit up in college, y'all. I'm 39 now. I learned my lesson. I had been banned from bank accounts for an entire year, blackballed, blacklisted. I couldn't even get a bank account. I was so in the hole. So I waited that 7 years for my shit to restart, and I built my shit up. So I had good credit. I know what the fuck I'm doing now. Okay. So I was trying to help them. I was trying to educate where, we could be a team, and you have these strengths and I have these strengths or whatever. So when he came to pick me up from LA, he rented out this little tiny SUV and then told me, we don't need no coffee table. We don't need this and that. This one, I have been to their house. Like, I've seen it. They do need a coffee table. They do need these things that I have on deck. And he wanted me to leave it all talking about some, no. When we get the new house, we finna buy new shit anyway. We don't need none of that old shit, whatever. Just leave it here. So I couldn't even fit enough of my memories. Like, I have everything from my childhood drawings and like pictures and stuff. I didn't want to just get it all, like just throw it away. So I'm like, well, we're gonna have to come back and get the rest of my stuff. And he said, nah, he threw a fit about that. Anyway, on the drive from LA to Vegas, he told me to call the bank and put them on my credit. He was like, you said you was gonna put us on your credit, right? Do it now. Do it now. So I did. I called and I put them on my Southwest card and my Amazon Prime card. And then we ran out of gas because this nigga is so fucking irresponsible. I don't know what kind of grown man doesn't pay attention to the motherfucking gas gauge. We ran out of gas on the side of the highway, and I had to call an Uber and then call the Uber driver and beg him to stop and buy a gas can, fill it up with gas, and then come to us. And then I paid him for his time, his extra effort, the gas can, and everything. It was fucking crazy. I could not believe it. I should have just turned right the fuck back around. Take me home.
Oh my God.
So when we get there to the house, it wasn't until I moved in that I realized they were renting their Malibu, paying Enterprise every Friday to rent that fucking Malibu they was driving around. And when I found that out, I was flabbergasted, and I begged him to just, let's go to the dealership right now. With my credit, we can go to the dealership. I can drive off the lot with that Malibu, no money down. I guarantee you we can, that is a waste of money. I don't want my money being flushed down the drain. Why are you renting a car? That is fucking stupid. He said, no, we can't. If we're going to buy a car, it got to be a Bentley or better, because I had a Bentley before. We can't have no Malibu. I'm like, it could be my car. It could be my car. I don't mind. I could drive a Malibu. Like, I don't care about that shit. But he refused. So then later, I get paid from Bigo, and he gets up in the morning, checks his bank account first and foremost. So he knew Payoneer had dropped. That's how we cashed out on Bigo, y'all. I didn't have no idea. He had me up in the bedroom, in the master, put his hands around my throat, pushed me up against the closet door, talking about, so why you wouldn't pay me that money? You know that Payoneer drop. And I was like, I didn't know. I didn't even realize that. I didn't check my email today. Like, damn. And then I told Armani what he did. And I said, so wait a second. I didn't know he wants me to pay him all my money every time I get paid. That wasn't discussed. I did not realize that he expected me to always give him every dollar. My bills come out on auto pay at this point. So I was like, I'm not comfortable with that. Especially after one day he called me downstairs and he's like, Chanel, because he made me change my fucking name. And I told him that Yetta Brown is not even my real name, y'all. My name is Robin Skinner. And I already built this brand in 2004. This is my stage name. Like, I've been doing music since '04, bro. This is all my social media. I have Brown Talent.
Room 21, all that.
Chanel got to do it. Yeah, I'm from Room 21. I already got clout. I had like
Instagram, talk about it.
90K fans on Instagram, on Facebook before I even came over here. I have 666,000 fans on my Facebook fan page right now, y'all. People act like TKO put me on, or I was trying to clout chase. I ain't never heard of no goddamn TKO phone, and this nigga is clearly a clown. People knew me, bro. I had my own platform. So
she not lying.
It was weird. And I refused to change my name to anything but Bigo. So it was very confusing. I hated it. So I didn't even answer to that shit. He's Chanel, come downstairs. I come down and he wants to buy a Bentley. He wanted me to use my credit to buy an old ass motherfucking Bentley. And I was like, that's not what I came here to invest in. Like we said, we was going to get a house, not no Bentley. I don't care about shit like that. That's not what I signed up for. So we ended up applying for it anyway. Didn't get approved because the car is old as shit. So anyway, you can't finance something old that's going to break down anyway. Anyways, good. I'm glad it didn't get approved. But I'm skipping shit. The second night I was there, TKO was on live, and me and Armani, we was in the studio. Me and Armani was sitting on the futon behind him, and we didn't pay him no mind. She was off for Four Locals, and you know how she get on Four Locals. She get tipsy quick. We was all taking selfies. We hugged up on each other. We making, kisses on each other's cheek, taking pictures and stuff. And we was just a kiki and getting along great. He felt some type of way that we were not making him the center of attention. He does not like that. Like, y'all remember how he used to perch me and Armani behind him in them uncomfortable ass plastic bar stools while he was on live? We just have to sit back there and look cute. We didn't dress alike. He used to prep us before we go on live. This is what we're going to do. We're going to bring this type of energy. And he got the ring light set up all the way up here, looking down on us so he don't look like a fucking midget. I hated that shit. Those chairs were uncomfortable, and I'm like, nigga, do you know who I am? I'm not no background bitch. I'm Yetta. When he wanted me to be a judge on Drip Idol, I hated it. When I wasn't a judge, I was just sitting behind him. I used to keep my fingers crossed that some of these messy motherfucking broadcasters didn't show up because he was like, Yetta, you want to judge? I'm like, yep. And I run upstairs so goddamn quick and go to my room and fuck my ring. Hey, I got my own box. I ain't trying to sit behind no nigga. So anyway, the second night, I tried to. Me and Armani were having so much fun. As soon as the live ended, we went downstairs. I'm thinking everything, like, I'm having such a great time. It's my second night in the house. I was shocked because as soon as I got to the bottom of the stairs, he backhanded her. Her rings flew off her fingers and shit. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, where did that come from? And she's crying, and she ran up the stairs, and I ran right behind her. And she ran into the master bedroom, into the closet. I ran into it with her. I sat with my back against the door. We're both crying. It was so scary. And I didn't know why it happened. It was just like out of nowhere to me. And she called her mom while we were in the closet. And her mom called the police. We didn't know because we didn't come out of the closet for like 10, 15 minutes. He was gone. As soon as that happened, he left the house. He fled. And then the police showed up, and Armani went to the door and told him that nothing was going on. And then she said that she was going to leave. She was calling an Uber, and she was going to the airport. And her mom was going to book her a flight, and she was going home. So I hugged her goodbye and shit, and I'm just stuck there. And I texted Barbie. And she just telling me, girl, she about to go, so you're going to have to step up. You about to be the bottom bitch. And I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But Barbie was like the only person when I first got with him who was in support. She was so excited for me. And at this point, we had never met each other, but I was in her family, the Bunny Ranch. So I was like, okay, I don't want to take over for Armani. I don't want to take over for her. If she leaves, I'm leaving too. Like, that's what I said to Barbie. I'm like, I can't, I'm not gonna, no. So, like I said, I fell asleep. What you heard when Charlie played the intro, I fell asleep on the couch, cried myself to sleep because eventually he came back and I'm like, Armani left. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, bitch, you got to go. So then the next day I wake up and I'm texting Armani and she's upstairs. And I was like, oh my God, Armani's upstairs. And he's like, yeah, I know. Go ask your sister. She'll ride. Tell her she needs to ride with you to LA to get the rest of your stuff. Because we already had planned on going back. He told me at first he wasn't helping me get the rest of my stuff because he didn't want me to bring nothing. So I had already booked a pickup truck myself. I was finna go get my pick. I was finna go back myself, by myself. So he's like, tell your sister she need to go with you to LA. So I go upstairs and she was all sad and you could tell she had been crying all night. And like I said, not to embarrass her, that's when she got that big ass blister on her lip overnight. Huge. From stress. And that's exactly what makes that type of shit happen. The cold sores pop up when you stress the fuck out. So she said she wasn't going to go with me back to LA because she was still planning to leave on Monday. This was Saturday. She was still going to leave on Monday and she wanted to spend as much time as she could with the dogs before she had to go. So I went back downstairs and told him that she said she's not going because she want to spend time with the dogs before she leaves. He's like, what? I said, she said she's leaving on Monday still. And he went upstairs and started throwing her shit and pulled the suitcase out the closet, talking about if you're going to leave on Monday, you could get the fuck out right now. Because she said that her mom couldn't find a flight while she was at the airport. I don't think she ever went to the airport. Looking back, I don't think she ever went to the airport at all. I don't think that she even tried to get a flight. I don't believe it at all. And she's like, I don't want to leave. She's crying, like telling him she's sorry and all of this or whatever. So I'm just like, okay. And at this point, I don't want to leave Armani there by herself. So we drove to LA and he was like, Armani, you drive for the first 2 hours. And oh no, Yetta, you drive for the first 2 hours and Armani, you get your hours in. And Yetta, you drive for the second 2 hours and Armani driving, you go live or whatever. So when we get gone from the house, Armani's like, I don't want to go live. Clearly she don't want to go live. She got this big ass fucking herpes on her lip. And she was like, so you just go live, I'll drive. And I was like, but that's not what TK said. And she's like, I don't care. I don't want to go live. So of course that's what we did. And then he's calling our phones, made us pull over and switch seats. He was like, that's what the fuck I told y'all to do. Armani, you supposed to be getting your hours in or whatever. So she got on live with that mask. This is COVID time, but she put that mask on and did her 2 hours in my passenger seat. And everybody was like, why you got your mask on in the car? She was like, because I've been eating French onion pretzels and I don't want to put Yetta through that bad breath or whatever. Remember? He didn't care if she was embarrassed. He didn't care. So it's fucked up. Then we got to LA. We're going through all my stuff, and me and Armani are bonding like a motherfucker. Like, me and Armani, I feel like we got along great. I fucking loved her. And going through my memories and all that, packing my stuff. And then we packed the fuck out of that Malibu, bro. And then on the way home, I had a piggy bank. We went to Ralph's, the grocery store. I put my shit in the Coinstar, and I had like $44 or something. So I was like, here, you take half, I'll take half. And she was like, no. She would not take that $20. I said, well, I'm keeping it, and I'm not giving it to him. The fuck? Like, she didn't even want to keep the $20. So when the credit cards came in the mail, she refused to hold the credit cards. They had each gotten credit cards, Southwest and Amazon Prime, with their names on it. They were literally added to my account. She refused to hold it. He got mad at her saying, why you don't think you could be responsible? You need to take this fucking credit card. And she was like, I will not hold on to that. Nope. And I feel like Armani knew I was about to get fucked, but she had too much of a heart to do that. She didn't want to be responsible for that part right there. Like, nope, I'm not running up this bitch credit cards. No, ma'am. No, sir. So at least she didn't do that, but she knows what it is that they do. She knows the scheme. So what happened with these two was game pimping. And now he's trying to present himself as something else, but he's still doing the same shit. It's just no sex work involved. He's still taking women's money. He makes it seem like it's for us, but he's really gonna just do whatever he wants with it. He don't give a fuck about you. He didn't even pay my credit card bills, and I'm trying to explain how to actually get shit raised up. Like, this is how you build your own credit. But I guess he just a CPN head ass nigga. He not finna ever go nowhere, bro. So I literally came in there not on no clout chasing. I'm really legit poly even to this day, even though I'm in a monogamous relationship right now. That doesn't change the fact that I'm poly. It's a belief that you can love more than one person, that more than one person can be in a relationship, that you don't own anyone. I don't possess people. Nobody can possess me. So that's what polyamory is about. Working together, not being for self, and not having control over anybody else. Like, people should be able to be happy. Anyways, it took me about 5 weeks to get the fuck up out of there. I lived there for 5 weeks. I could tell that things were not changing. Like I touched on earlier, when he left the house for like 8 days, I was already looking at apartments and shit. I was already like, my mind was made up. 10 days in was the shake to the face, by the way. No, TKO never laid his hands on me, but he did throw a shake in my face. I don't have the video, y'all. You know
In
how
the
this
car,
is over.
correct? I remember that. Right?
So the
Wasn't
shake
it in
story,
the car?
yes.
Okay.
When I moved to Vegas, I was so excited. Coming from LA, it never gets hot enough to really go swimming. So I was so happy to live in Vegas finally, even though these niggas didn't even have a pool. The house was so fucked up. Anyway, I wanted to go swimming so bad. So my friend from college came to town for a bachelor party, and he was with like 8 other dudes, and a lot of them came from my school. So these are like homies from the back, like way back in the day, frat boys. And if y'all don't know, I'm Sigma Gamma Rho, historically black sorority. These was Kappas. So I was like, hey, Dayron's in town. I already told him who that was. He's the one who nicknamed me Yetta. He's the one who put me on hiphoppoetry.com back in 2004. And that's when I became Yetta Brown and started making beats and diss tracks and all that. Anyway, he came to town and he invited us because he already knew that I was in a relationship with TKO and Armani. And he was like, hey, we're going to be at the Mandalay Bay. Like, y'all come kick it. I want to see you. Like, bring your couple or whatever, your throuple, whatever. So on Friday night, Brandon Keys was in town. And y'all remember Ashley, the white girl from Alabama, the one who got a baby with Eddie Curry. I'm not Eddie Curry, Eddie Winslow, Darius McCrary. Okay, so Brandon was in town. He was fucking with her. So she had a suite at the Cosmo that her homeboy, some boxer, owns, and she's a real estate agent and shit. So it's like she sold it to him. So he wasn't in town, and we went over there. And Brandon was in town, so we went over there and we went live. Y'all remember that? And we took that picture of me, Armani, TKO, and Brandon. And TKO taught Brandon how to tie that dumbass sheet around his head.
I remember.
So that night, they had invited us to come over to the hotel where they were at and come kick it, but we never made it because we got fucked up in that hotel room. So the next day was Saturday. We was all drunk. Me, Armani, and TKO didn't feel like getting up. We had already made all of these plans. We was going to go to the gym and shit. We didn't do shit. All day Saturday, we was just lazy bones. Then Sunday comes along, and we got to go to the gym today. We didn't go yesterday. We got to go today. So we went to the gym. And then after the gym, Dayron, the guy from college, was texting me talking about, hey, we got a cabana at the Mandalay Bay. Mandalay Bay is my favorite pool. It's like a beach, like the slant goes in on the pool, and you could just lay in the water and still breathe and be tanning at the same time because it gradually goes down. I fucking love that pool. So we go to get our protein shakes from the Protein House. I think that's what it's called. And he went inside to go get them. And I was just like, texting Dayron, like, okay, I'm gonna ask. And when TKO got in the car, I was like, hey, Ron and them got a cabana. I want to go swimming. You know, I've been wanting to go swimming. And he was like, no, because it's going to take me too long to get ready. And I said, what you mean get ready? All we got to do is take a shower and put our swimsuits on. And he said, stop fucking asking me. I said, no, we not finna go. I said what I said. Maybe we can meet up with them later and maybe not. I don't want to hear shit else about it. So I'm in the passenger seat like, mad, huffing and puffing, pouting, right? And if y'all remember, me and Armani attempted to put together a dresser that I bought from Target like weeks before that. So when I realized we weren't finna get to go, I said, well, fine. Then can at least you help me put together the rest of that dresser? He said, I don't know why you bought that ugly ass dresser in the first place. That shit ugly as a motherfucker. And I'll push it together. I pay people to do stuff like that. And I said, well, it's a man's job. 20-ounce shake to the face. I'm in the passenger seat. This nigga is right here. He threw that with all his might at my face. And the whole thing exploded, and people still laughing now. It was like a huge joke when I told y'all the first time. Motherfuckers act like this shit is fucking funny. Like this shit is cute.
That's not funny. That's degrading. That's not funny. That is not.
And the worst part about it is we were literally right outside the house. We were about to pull into the driveway, and he did this. And I'm like, oh, I could not fucking believe that this shit just happened. And it was everywhere, all over me. The lid from the cup cut my fucking lip. And I got out of the car, and Armani did too. She was in the back. And then he just peeled off down the street. There's speed bumps on that street. He busts a U-turn and then start gunning at me and Armani in the middle of the street, like he was about to run us over. So we both ran into the driveway, and then he left the car in the middle of the street, opened up the door, didn't even close the door, and starts coming at me like a fucking bull. And I kept backpedaling, and I had I stayed with my motherfucking water bottle, and he was trying to snatch my water bottle out of my hand, and I don't know what he was gonna do with it. So I held on to my water bottle, and I'm just backing away from him. And finally, he went in the house, and I got back in the car because I didn't want to go in the house with him. I took a video. Y'all, if those who were here, y'all remember the video of me, like, this is what he does. Like, I'm showing my face covered in fucking chocolate and the whole ceiling and the whole side of the fucking car. So eventually I went in the house. I quietly went to my bathroom in the hallway and took a shower and came downstairs and told Armani I was about to get an Uber. While I was in my room, I went on U-Haul. I got me a 10-foot van. I ordered 2 movers. I got boxes. I got tape. I got everything I needed. And then I showed back up to the house, and luckily she didn't fucking snitch on me. He was shocked when I come to the door and it's me with 2 random dudes in a moving truck. And then he's immediately went into his fucking mode of fakeness. He put on fake ass, old ass R&B breakup songs, went live while those movers were there, and tried to act like this was a storyline. He tried to make everybody think that this was just fake. Because he kept acting like, y'all, yeah, Chanel leaving me, y'all. And he kept trying to come in my room while I'm trying to pack everything and say, you know, you don't really want to leave. No, don't do this. You don't want to leave or whatever. And I'm like, yo, this ain't a fucking joke. Get off live. Why are you live right now? Shut the fuck up, ID number. If I'm not talking fast enough for you, then you can bounce. So he ended up telling them to leave. He told them we were done here. And I wasn't done. I called Kyra. Kyra, I had never met in real life. She lived in Vegas. She came over there and helped me finish packing the rest of my stuff. I didn't even have enough room in the 10-foot van to put all my boxes and stuff. Kyra came over there with her taser, bro. Kyra wasn't playing. Big up Kyra.
Shout out Kyra. Yes.
Yeah. I put the rest of my stuff in Kyra's car. And Kyra took me to the hotel where my homeboys are staying. And me and Kyra had a good old time. We went live with them. I spent the night over there. The only thing was I was trying to find an Airbnb, but by the time we got done packing all my stuff, you couldn't book for that night. It was only available for the next day. And I was trying to find something that could take my cat because, Bobby was there, my cat. So Armani came in my room. She's like, TK said you could leave Bobby here if you needed to overnight. You could come and pick him up in the morning. I was like, I guess, I can't bring him to the fucking hotel. So I went with Kyra. The next morning, I went back to their house and I was waiting for my friend to respond to me because I had already reserved a storage unit to take my stuff to while I was trying to find an apartment, right? He wasn't responding. So I'm sitting in my empty ass room on the bed, waiting on my boy to hit me back. And then I went downstairs and I was trying to ask for my money back because I had already contributed $9,000 at this point. It's 10 days in. I moved there 10 days prior. And they talking to me. He's like, I'm not giving you nothing because you're the one who's just giving up on us. I'm sorry. I'll never do anything like that to you again. Please, we're supposed to be making this work. What happened to building? So I ended up changing my mind and being like, yeah. And I'm really thinking I want my money to make sense. If I already done invested this much, okay, maybe I should give it another shot. Let's see. I want for this to work out. Right? Trying to be optimistic. I never should have fucking stayed. So that was March 28th. I moved in on March 18th or 19th, one of them days. So it was still March. For April, he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, April 23rd. I said, for my birthday, I don't need anything from you. I just want to be able to pay my own bills for my birthday. Can I keep my money for the month of my birthday so I can pay my credit cards down since you're not doing it? Because it was a big behind the scenes argument every fucking day. I'm asking, what about the credit card bills? He told me I don't want to hear shit else about the fucking credit card bills. Do not bring the credit cards up. I have a plan, baby. You got to trust me. That's not important right now. Okay, so he agreed. He was really reluctant, but he agreed. That's the reason why I was okay when I decided to leave, y'all. That is why I was okay, because I paid my shit down during that month. I paid my shit down. So I had money. I had money to go get furniture and shit. I leveled up like that because I have available credit, a lot of it. So it was cool. But on April 23rd, that's when we went out to Red Lobster for my birthday and got all dressed up in our Fashion Nova outfit like it was supposed to be some fucking fancy ass outing. And I got so pissed off when he wouldn't taste that bacon wrapped scallop. And I'm looking at him like, this cannot be the nigga I chose. Y'all have no idea, man. Every single day that passed, I looked at him with more and more disgust. You are not daddy-ish. I thought you was daddy. You're clearly not fucking daddy. You are a clown. I am ashamed. I never should have got with you. You get on my fucking nerves. I was so annoyed, and I can't fake it. So when I got so mad about that scallop shit. He dropped me and Armani off at the hotel and pulled off like he punishing us that he not coming upstairs. He thought he was gonna ruin my birthday. And when we got upstairs, Armani's like, you can't act like that while we're on live because it makes us all look bad. I said, I'm sorry, I can't be fake and phony like you. And that really hurt her feelings. She said, I really hurt her feelings when I said that. I'm not sorry. That's true. You are fake and phony. You put on a fucking face. You act like everything's okay. And it's not. I cannot do that. I will not do that. So she said she was calling an Uber and she was leaving too. I'm like, bye. Bye. And I invited my friends to that hotel suite and we went live all night long singing karaoke songs, had a grand old time. And they left and I slept in that big ass bed by myself. I wake up, oh, I'm going to go to the pool. I was happy as fuck. I didn't give a fuck. They thought I was going to have my night ruined. And then he said, oh, don't leave the room. Me and Armani coming over there. We got to talk. And it took forever to get there. And when they did, they gave me that dumbass ultimatum that I needed to apologize for calling them childish and basic or whatever. Hey, honey, I'm glad you could make it, baby. Yeah, on my birthday. And this nigga had the nerve to be live on my birthday next to me at my birthday dinner. When it was his birthday, he was over throwing a fit because we went to Olive Garden and nobody gave him a dragon. I mean, a yacht. And I dropped a dragon on him and then on his whole mood. I mean, a yacht on him and his whole mood changed on his birthday. I'm not over here trying to take the shine from you on your birthday, you little fucking punk bitch. So on my birthday, he's just doing everything to piss me the fuck off. And it wasn't just refusing to taste the bacon wrap scallop. It was, what's a scallop anyway, y'all? What do one look like in real life before it's, hold on, let me Google it.
The fact your story is still the same. Your story is
extra
exactly the same.
Fuck. Just a kid. Like,
yep.
I was pissed. And then we had multiple discussions about how they needed to start trying new things. I'm like, y'all don't gotta like it, but at least try it. Because there's just such weird ass creatures of habit where all you eat is junk food out to eat. Oh, that's all y'all eat. So it was just that was the straw that broke the camel's back, y'all. The scallop was the straw that broke the camel's back. And then when he had the nerve to come over there and tell me either I can leave or I can go live and apologize for saying that their eating habits were basic and childish.
What?
And then also that I had to wake up at a certain time every day, read a chapter from an inspirational book, do my affirmations, meditate, go to the gym, be on a strict diet. Now, those are all good things, right? But before I even met this nigga in real life, I told him he was giving me daddy energy. I asked him if he knew anything about BDSM. I wanted a daddy. I wanted to be a sub and have a daddy. I wanted somebody to keep me in check. And the way that it really goes, y'all, if you do your research, a dom will make sure you do the things you want to do to make you better. So yep. I made a whole list of my goals that I wanted him to hold me accountable for. I wanted to be more spiritual. I wanted to get into meditation. I wanted to lose weight and go to the gym. I wanted to be healthier on a diet. I wanted to spend more time on my career. I wanted to make sure I was doing time management. I felt like if I had a coach to keep me on my P's and Q's, then it would be easier for me. And I thought that he could give that to me. But when I got there, he became so inconsistent. Him and Armani, y'all remember they used to go out to eat with me without me all the time? And people thought that he just didn't really like. I chose not to go with them because I had a goal. And if he wasn't going to help me do it, I'll do it myself. I was buying groceries. I was meal prepping at the house. I was eating food that I cooked.
I was going to ask you that. Yep.
He used to call me from where they were. You want us to bring you a plate? You want to say things? Let you. We got some leftover. No, I'm straight. And they like, dang, they finna bring yet the leftovers. No, they're not. I'm not finna eat that. I didn't want to eat that. I held my own self accountable. And he always want to be like, you gotta hold yourself accountable. This nigga can't even fucking stick to shit. He want to fast all day and pop pills, whatever them fucking pills was, the weight loss pills or whatever, got you feeling like you cracked the fuck out. He'd fast all day and then be like, fuck it, let's go to Freddy's. And he want to get a motherfucking double cheeseburger and a big ass Reese's shake with extra Reese's on the side, fat fuck. So he don't have no self-control and he always expects everybody else to listen to him. And it's like, you're not daddy-ish. You are not daddy, bro. You can't even follow your own regimen and you want me to follow the regimen. You want me to trust you. You can't even fucking do what you say you're going to do. So, no. He is a joke. And it didn't take me long to realize it. And I'm not shaming the people that stayed longer. Not everybody is like me. But what I will say is that it's absolutely fucked up the way that people treat me on this app. Shut up, Yetta. We don't care. We heard your story, Yetta. We just don't care. We don't fuck you,
Nope.
bitch. I leveled up so quick. I didn't cry, I didn't beg. I didn't ask nobody for no fucking cash out. But literally, people treat me like shit on this app. Not
Better pop
everybody.
your shit. Pop your shit, Yetta. Your story has been consistent over the years. Like, this is taking me back. This is so full circle, Yetta. This is taking me back to 3 years ago on the original Surviving TKO when after you woke it up on your live. So I thank you, honestly, because if it wasn't for you, I honestly would have never known. Like, this made me honestly curious about TKO, and I started doing research, and more stuff started coming. So Yetta was the domino effect for me. That's what got me on it. And that's honestly how a lot of information came out 3 years ago. You can go on YouTube and type in Surviving TKO Charlie, or you can type in Yetta name, and you'll see the whole series, y'all. We had like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 part. TC came, it was so groundbreaking. I do thank y'all so much for coming. Like, Yetta, thank you for even sharing that.
Yeah, but
You
wait,
know?
I still gotta finish it with the pissing on the
Go
porch
ahead.
part. So after they gave me that ultimatum at the hotel, I said I'll take option 2B, whatever. I don't want to be with y'all. It's cool. We done. And he said, all right, bet. And he dumped all my shit out of his fake ass clear Louis Vuitton duffel bag that I used just to pack for 2 nights at the hotel. And I was like, what are you doing? I was confused. And he said, you're not my woman no more. You can't use my shit. Come on, Armani. He just like, all my clothes was just loose, right? And I was like, huh? Because I really didn't think that it was going to go that way. When I said I didn't want to be with them no more, I thought he was going to say, all right, well, let's go ahead and pack up. The birthday party is clearly ruined now. We're going to have to go back to the crib and you can start trying to find or an apartment or something. I really didn't expect for him to react that way. Because if I'd have known that, I would have just been like, okay, yes, Danny, I'll apologize. And meanwhile, on the back end, I'm making my escape, okay? Because no, absolutely the fuck not. But he rushed home, like the temper tantrums that he throws or whatever. He is a little ass kid and locked me out. I called Ashley. She came over with her daughter's little baby suitcase. I put my stuff in the bag, and then we went to his house. And by that time, I had to piss. Like, it's, when you get to home, your bladder be like, now's the time. You outside the door, like, now you really got to go. He wouldn't let me in. I couldn't fucking believe it. And I told him, we was on live. Y'all can see this shit. Look it up. Yetta porch. Search it. I was like, I'm going to piss on your porch. And he said, to do. And so I did. Everybody who clowns me about that, I want to know what you would have done. People think I'm so unreasonable and crazy. Yo, I'm not crazy. I'm super fucking fair. I don't do nothing scandalous or I don't do nothing crazy. I don't do crazy shit. What would have been crazy would have been busting the windows and keying the car and lighting the fucking house on fire. Okay? Y'all would have did way worse than that. Y'all would have called your uncles, daddies, brothers, come over here. Yo, we finna fuck this nigga up. So he called the police on me, just like he called the police on Boss Life. Y'all forget, yet I'm Karen. I'm the police ass bitch, right? He called the police because I peed on the porch. I sat outside and waited for the police to come. He actually thought I was going to get arrested for pissing on the porch. It's my motherfucking porch, nigga. I get mail here, and I paid like a year's worth of fucking rent here. This cheap ass goddamn house. So they escorted me inside. Oh, as soon as the police got there, they said, "Oh, we've been here before." These Vegas police know this nigga. They know who he is. Okay. And the female officer told me to make sure I got pieces of mail that had my name on them at that address, that I could prove that I lived there. And on the way out, she asked me if I wanted to make a statement because I told them about the shake to the face and everything. I showed her the video. I emailed that shake video to the police department. I wrote a statement with the date of when that happened and everything. Nothing became of it. Nothing happened. So everybody telling me, are you going to go to the police or whatever? There was no contract about the money. I don't think that I could potentially sue a broke nigga. I leveled up. Everything's always going to be okay with me. Okay. So I really don't want the headache of going to the courts and going through the legal system and spending money on a lawyer for a maybe. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I never really pursued it anyway. It's been over 3 years now. I don't even know if it's possible. I feel like with everyone who's coming out right now, we could potentially have a class action lawsuit, whether we have receipts or not. This many women are testifying against this one man, then potentially we could have power in numbers.
Yes, yes. Y'all can all work together. Similar stories. Similar, they may not all be the same, but similar situations. You name something yet I want to bring up real quick before we move into Honeybee. You actually named something that Boss Life said, the working out thing. So wow, like that's, I don't know if y'all remember that. Comments clock that T. Don't that connect? Boss Life was just saying something about how he would try to belittle her and make it seem like something's wrong with her body, go in the gym or something of that sort. So I
No,
don't
he
know,
never.
like, how do you?
Me. He didn't. He never made it feel like that at all. It was my goal.
Oh, okay, got you. So it was nothing he insinuated. Like he never forced you. Okay, got you.
Oh
So
yeah, but
that
don't
was
know. He did
okay.
behind my back on when I was swimming on my birthday. He didn't say that to me. He said that shit while he held my phone. He was wearing a whole basketball jersey in the pool because he's ashamed of his fucking titties. And I'm in a bikini, by the way, doing handstands and flipping around and swimming. I'm so happy to be in the pool. And I had him hold my phone because his ass got banned on my birthday. And then somebody in the comments said, she looked like a whale. He's like, but she's my whale. Come on, guys. She's my whale.
What? Are you
That's what
shut
it
the
was.
front door?
Yeah. And that's because he's jealous. He wished that he could prance around in a motherfucking bikini and not feel ashamed. Y'all see him wearing hoodies in 98. It was 98 degrees today in Las Vegas. He the only nigga in Vegas wearing sweaters all year.
Him and Finesse, no shade, two pimps, but that's neither. Well, a wannabe pimp and well, both. Child. Anyways, that's neither here neither there. Y'all, welcome to Surviving TKO Season 2. Make sure you follow my co-host Yetta Brown. That was Yetta Brown's consistent story. Y'all gonna put respect on her name, y'all. She is definitely just as much as a victim, y'all. We have to stop comparing and stop pitting these women against each other. You know what I'm saying? We all should have did this on the panel together collectively, but things happen and everything is, meant to happen. So real quick though, before we get into Honeybee, I just wanna let me switch myself. I wanna read something, but honestly, before I read something, I wanna play something. It is a trigger warning, but I feel like it's kind of educational. It's good for y'all to kind of get an idea of what TKO has done, if that makes sense. So I want to say quick trigger warning. If you trigger, you may be triggered by this video. So just turn your phone or come back in like 2-3 minutes, y'all. Okay? Let me turn the ring light off. Let me play the video.
I live a certain type of lifestyle that's unapologetic and untraditional. So I don't come with the cliches that everybody give you. I challenge people to look at things from different perspectives. And one of those perspectives is this.
It's my girl. Get your hands off me. Stop it. Every day 4 women are murdered.
Can y'all hear it? No? Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll screen record. No, I'll mirror my screen. Not mirror, but I'll screen share, child. Oh my God. Hold on.
Hear it.
You can hear it good? Well, other people saying they can't. So I think we could probably hear it on the screen. Hold on. Mute yourselves. I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on. All right. Here we go. 1 second. Okay. Are we here?
Certain type of lifestyle that's unapologetic and untraditional. So I don't come with the cliches that everybody give y'all. I challenge people to look at things from different perspectives. And one of those perspectives is this.
Every 9 seconds, a woman is assaulted. It's my girl. Get your hands off me. Talking to like Stop that. It. Every day 4 women are murdered. Stop. Yeah, I hate you, man. Stop it. Domestic violence is the #1 cause of emergency room visits by women. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't have 30 37% of all women experience domestic violence.
I'm getting tired of talking about that. Stop it! Stop! They say a man should never have to lay his hands on his lady. As if he has to hit her, then he shouldn't be with her. No matter how fly, what type of guy had you at work and people like, what happened to your eye? Saying you fell and they can tell that you lying just to find your reason for crying. It's one thing if your man cheating on you, but if brother was beating on you, it's better to...
Did y'all hear it? Was that good? Did y'all hear it? Okay. I hope y'all heard it. Man, so like saddened by every time I see those pictures and see what Career went through, and then I see a lot of people bashing her just like they bash y'all, like they bash all of y'all that tell y'all stories. And I just want to commend y'all, and I want to just give y'all a round of applause, because it just takes a lot, y'all, to be brave and to share y'all stories multiple times. It's like it's opening up a wound, you know what I'm saying, that probably never fully heals. So I really just thank y'all so much. Let me check in with Honey V. And a lot of people, let me clear this up. A lot of people were saying, why do you have Honey V, Honey V? People seem to forget, y'all. Honey V was definitely, she had a short time period with TKO, but it definitely, she witnessed a lot. She witnessed a few things that we can definitely get into. So let me unmute Honey V. And Honey V, if you can kind of introduce yourself and let them know like how you met TKO, who you are, and whatnot. I'm gonna mute myself.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I was looking for something.
Okay, no, you're fine. Good evening. I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming on Surviving TKO Season 2. A lot of people don't remember that your encounter, I know it was short lived, but you did see it was an incident that you explained about Armani being attacked by TKO. So I was just letting people know that you are a witness, like you've seen it. So shoot, your story is just as important. And we want to hear from you. I want to know how you met TKO, who you are, you know, a little background. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, so I actually met TKO on Bigo, but we actually conversed on Instagram for the first time. Um, I mean, I'm known for being pregnant by him and getting harassed for it, honestly. And I did witness some things between him and Armani that made me uncomfortable, and I never went back. That's the real reason why I never dated him, because I witnessed things that made me feel like, okay, yeah, this nigga's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I never went back. I did hang out with him between then and now, but I never wanted to like be with him. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to move in the house or had any interest of being in a relationship with him or pursuing anything with him as far as that goes. I mean, should I just get into it and just start?
Yeah, whatever. Go with the flow. You got the floor.
Okay, well, I used to dance in LA. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a stripper on and off. So I dance when I feel like it, and then I quit and I work a regular job. So I met him on, like I said, on here, but we conversed on Instagram. He called me on Instagram and he was like, hey, you know, I heard you're going to LA for to go dance or whatever. He was like, can me and Armani go with you? He was like, you know, Armani dances too. It's probably a good idea if y'all go dance together. I said, okay, cool, like whatever. I'm not thinking nothing of it because I do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, cool. You know, y'all could come along with me. I can get to know Armani. Like, that's cool. So we go to LA. I follow them in my car. He's driving. She's in the passenger seat. We go all the way there. We get there, get the hotel room. So boom, we're there. Then we leave the hotel within like a couple hours. And we go to the strip club. So we go to this strip club called Angel's Cabaret in LA. And you know, I'm kind of uncomfortable because when I get into a new club, I like to fill it out and see what's going on type of deal. But Z was there, so I met Z. Z worked at that club. Yeah, so I met Z. We were all at the same club at the same time working, and you know, the first like 30 minutes to an hour, everything's going smooth because you know, I'm taking a couple shots, I'm getting the feeling, I'm getting the vibe. It's a small little tiny ass club, so it's not really too much to understand. Armani's drinking too, but she's drinking a lot. You know, like she's drinking more than I was expecting type of deal. So I'm like, you know, maybe chill on the drinks, you know, take it easy before you get sick because you might throw up or whatever. And she's not really listening. She's not really paying no mind because I feel like she does this all the time. So, yeah, she's drinking quite a bit. You know, I want to say like an hour and a half in, I get my first lap dance. Finally, it wasn't nobody coming in there. It was like dead. You feel me? So I finally get my first dance or whatever. And she's at a table with like some Mexican dudes and they're taking shots back to back. Like they're drinking like Patron and beers and shit. And I'm at the bar. I'm acting like I don't know her so she can do her little 1-2 over there. And she's fucking faded. I can tell she's faded. She runs to the back. I think she did a lap dance too, but I can't remember. But she runs to the back in the locker room, and you know, I could tell it's not good. So I go follow her back there. I'm like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need some water?" She's fucking tripping balls. She's crying. She's going off. Like, she's mad about something. I don't even know what the fuck. I think I was talking to Boss Barbie on either Bigo or I was on the phone or something. Boss Barbie had called me and I had her on speaker. And Armani just gets mad out of nowhere. And then so she's crying, she's fucking tripping out. She won't talk to nobody. She's like got her hands and her face in her hands and she's crying on the little couch right there. And I mean, I can't do nothing at this point. So I tell Z, I said, you need to call TKO because I don't think that we can work tonight. She's not going to be able to work. So Z calls TKO or whatever. And, you know, Armani's tripping. She ends up going to the bathroom. She goes in the bathroom, locks herself in there. She says she's okay, but she's really not. And she ends up peeing on herself and blacking out type of deal. Like she's not even in reality anymore. That's how much she drank. And I know she was going through something spiritually because you don't just drink like that for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That's not even like a turn up type of drinking because she drank so much in such a short amount of time, right? So boom, that happens. TKO comes and he's pissed. Like when I tell you he's aggressive as fuck right now, he's pissed. So he grabs her, like he grabs her underneath her shoulders and he's kind of just throwing her around like a rag doll. You know what I'm saying? Like he shoves her in the car. He's pissed. He slams the door behind her. She's laying in the back seat because she can't sit up. So she's kind of like laying in like the corner of the car type of deal. He's pissed. We're driving back to the hotel. He's speeding and he's very aggressive. You could see the anger in his face type of deal. So I was like, oh, I don't want no smoke. Okay. So he was like being aggressive, like in a pimp type of way. He was coming at me like a pimp. Mind you, I go dance all the time by myself. So he's coming at me like in a pimp form. And he's like, how much y'all make tonight? And I was like, I only made $20. I got one dance. We were only there for like an hour. So I was like, what do you expect me to do? So, and it wasn't nobody coming in there. That club was tiny and it was trash. So I got like $20 and he was like, let me have it. So I give him my $20 and I'm like, okay. And he's like, what did Armani make? I said, she didn't make nothing because she drank too much. We weren't, like I said, we were only there for like an hour or some change. We didn't get to make anything. So he's mad. We get to the hotel, valet, he goes up in there and he's like, yo, someone give me a wheelchair. He's like, she can't walk. So he throws her ass and he throws her in the wheelchair, bruh. And he wheels her up the elevator. We're going up to the room. He's mad, but apparently at some point he gathered himself. I went to my room. They shared a room together. I went to my own room. And he gathered himself at some point and he motherfucking comes in my room and fucks me. He comes in my room after all this went down, and I didn't really want to have sex. I wasn't really interested in doing it. I kind of just did it because the aggression, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, like whatever, I'll do it. But I wasn't horny. I wasn't trying to have no sex or nothing like that. But I did it though. And he comes in my room and he's like, yeah, she's tripping. She usually don't do that. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed. Do. And she's in the bathroom throwing up or whatever. So he comes to my room and he fucks me in my ass. Hold on. That's not even the crazy part. While he's doing it, he tells me to fart on his dick. And I'm like, what the fuck? I can't do that. First of all, you can't just fart on demand. That's not how your bodily functions work. So that wasn't going to happen anyways. But he told me to fart on his dick, and he's disgusting. I think he's weird. He was being very aggressive. He was calling me like, shut up, bitch. You know, take this dick. And he was like, toss me on the bed. And he was being very aggressive. It was weird. And like I said, I didn't want to have sex, but I went along with it because he was so aggressive, bruh. I was like, okay, fine. Like, I'll do it. But I wasn't horny. So it just happened type of deal. And then he left my room. He goes back with our money the next day. They go downstairs to eat breakfast or something. And they're like, oh, are you coming with me? I was like, nah, I'm not going down there with y'all. And I get on live. Instead, I get on live. And people on the live are telling me, yo, like, this nigga's crazy. Don't be with him. People are telling me about TKO at this point because I didn't know too much yet. And they're telling me about the history with other girls. They're telling me about all these things that he's done. And he's a pimp and do. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not going back with them when we leave tomorrow. So that day, they went downstairs, ate breakfast or whatever. He made me sign an NDA, which I definitely broke because I don't give a fuck. And then I forgot what we were supposed to do. Go to another strip club, find another strip club to work at. I can't remember. But I leave because I have my own car. I leave the hotel at some point that day, which is the next day. And I go down to the, LA has like all these little shops and stuff right there. I went down there to go see like if I could find me a little outfit or whatever for the night. Tell me why he calls my phone and he's like, you're not supposed to go anywhere without telling me. You don't go anywhere without me and Armani. Like, we stick together. Like, he's mad that I left by myself. It was weird. I was like, okay. So he was like, hurry up and get your ass back to the hotel. So I'm like, okay. So I buy my little outfit. I leave. I go back to the hotel. And then that's when he makes me sign the NDA. And then I go up to the pool by myself that night because I wasn't feeling nothing that was going on. If y'all didn't notice, I wasn't hanging out with them at all, really, until I left because I didn't want to have no dealings with them. Like, after that first night, I was kind of good. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. And then when it's time to leave LA, he's like, oh, are you going to come with me and Armani? Armani's texting me. She's like, are you going to come back with us? I'm like, no. So instead of going back to Vegas with them, I go to Phoenix and I go dance out there in Phoenix for like 3 days, 4 days, and then I go back home. So I went out my own way and I didn't really want to be over there anymore with them. And that was the last time I fucked with him. But before all this LA shit, I did meet him prior to that. So there was the actual first time I met TKO was by himself when Armani was at work. She wasn't even there. She was at the strip club. And I brought my homegirl TT. Me and TT pulled up to his house. That's the very first time I met him. And this was like September 2021, I think. And so I pull up over there. And me and TT, like, we're already lit when we pull up. We're already drunk. You know what I'm saying? So we're already feeling it. Like, we lit. And then we pull up over there. He's sipping that little syrup. And he is the tiniest little person. I swear to God. This nigga had a big ass head and a tiny little man body. And it was the weirdest thing ever because you see him on Bigo and you think he's one way, but then you see him in real life. He's so tiny. So I gave him a hug or whatever. I'm like, hey, and I'm kind of like, like, I didn't make no faces, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm kind of like, he's not really my type for real. I don't really like short guys. So that happened. And then, so we go upstairs. He's like, hey, like, let's go upstairs. He's like, I'll show you my studio. I said, okay, cool. So my homegirl TT stays downstairs. This was back when, I don't know if Mr. K was dating that girl that he's married to now, but this was back when 2021. So I don't know if, I'm weak. So I don't know if Mr. K was single back then, but Mr. K was trying to push up on my homegirl TT. He was really trying to fuck her, and she was like, "Nah, like, I'm good." She kept having to tell him, "I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." But Mr. K was like drunk or on that syrup or something, and he was feeling himself, and he was pushing up on my friend, and my friend was like, "Nah, I'm good." And then so I'm upstairs. I can see what's going on. I can hear it. So I go upstairs with TKO. We're in the studio, and TKO is like, he makes me record on a song that he had already made or something like that. I'm weak. So I did the little recording or whatever. I was like, okay, that's cool. But then it starts getting weird after the recording. Like, he starts pulling his dick out But mind you, his dick is limpy. It's not even hard. It's limpy as hell. He's trying to get it up, but I think that girl, something was going on and it wasn't working. And he was trying to jack it off. And I was like, what the fuck? Because mind you, all these times that he's trying to fuck on me, I was never trying to fuck. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever. I had just met you. So this is my first day meeting you and you already pulling your dick out. Like, it's weird as fuck. But see, I'm already drunk. I'm gone. I'm already on my second pint of Hennessy by myself. So I'm already fucking feeling it. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I guess we're doing this. But he said he fucks people in the ass. He said he don't like pussy. He likes ass. I'm like, okay. That time he told me to fart on his dick that time too. So he ends up getting it hard. I don't remember how. I can't remember. I was too drunk. I remember him trying to get it hard. It wasn't working. But then we ended up on the couch in his studio and he was fucking me from the back and I was laying on my stomach. And he's going in my butt, but then right when he's gonna come, he takes out my butt and puts it in my coochie. And he nuts in my coochie. And I was so drunk. That's what happened. And then that's what I'm saying. And then we met in LA and he snuck around because Armani came home right when he was nutting. Armani came home and she slammed her door and she heard us and she was fucking pissed. So that happened. I left. Me and my homegirl dipped up out of there because it was just bad vibes. As soon as Armani came home, she was mad. So that happened. And then like the LA thing happened right after that, like 2 weeks later. And then after I stopped hanging out with them from LA, I take a pregnancy test like a couple weeks later and I'm fucking pregnant. That's how I found out I was pregnant by him. Because I took that test. And then I get on here and I tell everybody and people think I'm lying for clout. And it's the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Wait,
because
she also got his kid?
No, I had an abortion.
You also have his kid?
I had an abortion.
Okay.
Yeah, she was pregnant. So can you share how that process
I heard
went?
that, but I was like, oh, so did you have his kid? I don't know.
No.
He was like,
No.
I was just asking if you had his kid.
No, I at that time, at that
There's
moment
no play date. They're already grown, but I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Okay. No, I understand. At that time, I had never had an abortion before, so I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. I actually asked my homegirl, like, hey, I know you had a couple abortions, you know, where did you go? And she referred me to a place. And that was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I'm gonna get emotional because I don't want to talk about it. But it was hard. It wasn't easy. And then you got, you know, you don't want to do it, but you know it's the right thing to do. And then you already got everyone on the internet calling you a liar. You know what I'm saying? Everyone on the internet is bashing you for being pregnant. So
you came right out though. You came right out and told everybody. You ain't waste no motherfucking time. Also, I do want everybody to know that they tried to use Honey for content. They hyped it up. They said that there was a secret drip angel and there was going to be a reveal and shit. They hyped that shit up. Remember?
Yeah, and I didn't even want to be on camera. Like, he was like, oh, this is the mystery girl. I didn't want to be a fucking mystery girl. I didn't want to be on his live. I didn't want to do none of that. I was actually trying to get to know them, like, as people. But they wanted it to be so bigoed out, it became bigo. You know what I'm saying? I never had no trolls come in my room before meeting with him. I never had nobody bother me and troll me like that until I met TKO. And then all these trolls started coming to my live and doing weird shit. And that's how it's been ever since. But before that, and before that encounter,
but I think I recall seeing her though.
Probably did.
Because this was like, right, this was in 2021. This was like the end of the year, I want to say. Like after the summer
and
was
that's
over.
the year that I came and I spoke to you, right? I recall her story.
Yeah,
right.
Like I recall seeing her.
It was like some drama, but me and her been past that, all of that. Because a nigga ain't never finna stop me from being friends with a girl. But yeah, it was the same.
But then, so after I got pregnant, before I even aborted the baby, he fucking was going live telling people, oh, I never even fucked her. The pregnancy test is negative. That's negative. Like, he was downplaying it so bad. Like, we never had sex. Like, we never did anything. Like, there's no way I could have got pregnant. It was fucking
Can I ask you
insane,
a question?
actually. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can
Oh, I don't
ask.
know if I'm mute. Am I muted? No.
No, you're good.
Oh,
No, baby, no.
um, did you get an abortion because you weren't ready, or because you didn't want nothing to do with TKO?
I didn't want nothing to do with him.
Good question.
I'm never not
I mean,
ready.
Hold on, because it's feedback. Let me unmute Honey V. Go ahead, baby. You got the floor.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm never not ready to have a kid. I just didn't want to have a kid with him. So that's why I got the abortion, and it was hard as fuck because I never had one before. At that time, I never had one before. I cried like a little bitch. I did, and you know, it still bothers me to this day. But I had to do what I thought was best at that time, and that's what I did. And you know, he was trolling me for it, bullying me, denying it. He was like, "Oh, go over there and call her Jeffrey Dahmer, call her a serial killer." How am I a serial killer? That's my first abortion. But I mean, it's on YouTube of him admitting he didn't. That was in 2021. He didn't admit, hey, I actually probably did get Honeybee pregnant until 2023, and it's on YouTube of him admitting, hey,
Yes.
I did get her pregnant, which is fucking insane because I went through all that shit for what? For you to just look cool? Like, you're fucking weird. So it was weird. Yeah. So that's what happened. I got bullied for being pregnant.
I remember that, Honey V. Like, Honey V. People love to say, liar this, liar that. First of all, no, I'm confirming that her story has been the same. Period. They love to do that to everybody that comes out. Let me unmute Yetta. But after this, y'all, we're gonna do a quick little intermission, and I'm gonna read a police report. And I want to see what these ladies up here have to say. Then I'm gonna add people up in the queue. But let me unmute Yetta. Go ahead, boo. Everybody's unmuted, I think. Let me see. Go ahead. Oh, no, you're not. Hold on. Yetta, you gotta unmute
Oh,
yourself, baby.
I had my unmute.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
Trina Bees, are you still in here, babe? Because she has had a little run-in with TKO recently as well, so she's in the house as far as I know. But yeah, don't y'all get off of Lynette's head, everybody. She wasn't being rude or anything like that.
no, the reason I was asking is because when I left and everybody found out that I was pregnant from him, people kept begging me, "Oh my God, no, you can't have the baby. You have to get rid of it because he's gonna come and kill you." And this, that, and no, I'm not doing this. Personally,
I feel like
it was more of a belief thing that I don't believe in aborting babies, but I was like, no, 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 no. Everybody get the away from me. This is my child. And my son was born in 2008.
and as long as she didn't involve that toxic man in the raising of him, like you,
No, he had nothing to do with it.
there's no problem in doing that. But I don't shame Honey in her decision either. Honestly, like I
Yeah,
wouldn't want
no,
to have,
no, not at all.
especially like when you live in the same city and shit. Like it would have just been a whole goddamn headache.
That's another
Also,
thing that I left. I don't
yeah,
live in
you went
Vegas.
back and forth.
I was just there to work, you know? So I
Yeah.
So
don't,
also, I feel like people think it's like some type of proud announcement to say I was pregnant with TKO's baby. She's not over here chasing clout when she says that. That's something that nobody should. She's not proud of that shit. She's not over here trying to gloat about it. So when people say we don't believe you, why? Why not? It's not like something that she's trying to like get praise for or something like that. She's just telling her fucking truth. He ain't no prize, y'all.
Yeah, and Honey V, you did the best. You made the best decision for you.
Right.
Period.
of
And
Right.
course.
shoot, yeah, your body, your choice, your rights, period. And don't feel bad, honestly. You just gotta heal. I know it's easier said than done, but everybody, I just want y'all to genuinely heal. I'm on a healing journey, you know what I'm saying? And I hear all of y'all are on the healing journey. Y'all actually have started it. The healing journey was when you guys left. Whatever drove you to that point. Whether it was fast, quick, long, whatever. You left for a reason. It could have, went worse. And God still has a purpose over y'all lives because y'all still here and y'all able to share y'all testimony. I call it a testimony. So, period. And I thank y'all for being used and sharing it. Can Trina B come up here? Not the male Trina, the female.
Yeah, Trina
Go
B.
ahead, boo.
Trina B. Agent. Oh, she said she's on a conference call. She texted me.
Oh,
She'll be back, but we can do the police report. Before that, I want to say,
yes.
The delivery of these stories, like y'all saying in the comments, I seen Yetta and Honey be funny as fuck. Yes, we are animated, okay, but that should not take away from the words coming out of our mouths. Because I have seen so many people say, it's your delivery, it's your delivery. I don't give a fuck if I cuss a lot or because my eyes get big or because I have like a character in my delivery or whatever, because I could be hilarious, even though I'm talking about something serious. That doesn't mean that I'm not telling y'all the truth. That doesn't mean that I'm not a victim, So I just I'm sick of that shit. Y'all need to focus on the matter at hand, not the delivery. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I
Correct.
wanted to say. Like, maybe I didn't come here with a lot of details, but I feel like since there's two interviews out there, I just wanted to say what it was, and that's it. Because every time I come up, people are like, she's a fraud, and she's a this, and she's a that. And I really don't care anymore. And I told Yetta before this that I wasn't going to come back and do any of this
Oh.
because I was so frustrated with people.
Well, I'm glad
Thank
that
you
you
so much. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Yella.
I'm glad that you did. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you did.
Yes.
Even though you said you would. I don't even blame you. Like Cash Boo begged me not to bring her up. Like she didn't never want to talk about. I was so proud of her yesterday. Even though she went to Empress of all people who doesn't deserve anybody to, she don't give a fuck about us. She told her story final. And I am so proud of her. But honey, everybody in the comments is saying, please finish your story. Were you done,
Yes,
babe?
I was gonna ask, honey, was you finished? Because I don't want to shortcut you or be rude or
No,
anything. Did you finish?
I was done. I'm just looking for this part where he admitted to getting me pregnant. I'm looking for it. I have the video here.
Okay.
So
Do you want me to
I'm on
mute the floor?
I'm on mute until I find it. I just need like a couple more minutes.
Okay, I got you. Just wave your hand or something when you're ready, and then I'm gonna chime in real quick, y'all. I'll take it from here. Quick commercial break for everybody. Y'all can self mute if you want to. All right, here we go. So y'all, we're focused on the facts here. So I need y'all to listen. I'm about to read this report. TKO is lying to this day, so we're gonna utilize our platform for the right thing to get the truth out. So we heard these women share their stories, and now we're gonna share another story from. This was from the 17-year-old. She's older now. She's grown now, but this is who TKO raped, R-worded. And the charges got dropped down. He did a deal and it got dropped down to coercion. We're gonna get into that. Since he keeps lying, saying he ain't never did nothing like that. Boy, what Nikki say? Cha bye. Okay? Get up on your good foot. Cause we working you. Get up on your good foot. We working you, dog. All right, here we go. Boom. Shout out to Big O Clerk. Shout out to my source, Big O Clerk, where we get all the court documents. Antonio Keller versus the state of Nevada. Okay. A female person sexual penetration by placing his P parts into the anal opening of the said SH against her will under conditions in which the defendant knew or should have known. Now I'm going to skip it to the main part, y'all. So don't feel like I'm rushing. I just want to get to the nitty gritty because it's long. Around 6 o'clock, Sierra woke up in the upstairs living room. Oops, I skipped. Nope. Let me rewind it. Hold on. Okay. They then apparently began driving home, but Sierra said she had started feeling tired. At some point, Sierra apparently blacked out because she does not remember the ride home. She does not even remember arriving at TKO's house and does not remember going into TKO's house or upstairs. Around 6 o'clock hours, Sierra woke up in the upstairs living room on the bed TKO said she could sleep on. When Sierra woke up, she could hear them downstairs talking and laughing. The bed she woke up in was described as a furry cheetah print mattress with a white body type pillow. Sierra said she noticed her shoes were off. Her clothes were still on, but her clothing was displaced. Sierra said the top of her skirt was pulled to just below her breasts, leaving the bottom of her skirt at her waistline and exposing her vaginal area and buttocks. Her panties were partially down and rolled on her hip. Sierra had a lot of pain in her anus and lower abdomen area. She felt so sick her head started to hurt. She was seeing dots. Nausea had set in. Her eyes felt bruised. She was weak and she felt like she was going to pass out. Sierra went into the bathroom and began throwing up. She then wiped her mouth with toilet paper and put it in the trash can. When she wiped her anus, due to apparent moisture, she found what appeared to be blood on the paper when she flushed it down the toilet. Sierra went back to bed and awoke around 8 o'clock hours. The house was now quiet and she could apparently not hear anything. Sierra still felt weak and sick. Sierra then went in the bathroom and showered. Now I'm gonna leave it at there because it gets a lot deeper, but the charge was actually the R word. And this sick dude, TKO, he took a deal and it dropped down from R word to coercion. So I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I believe coercion. Yetta, all of y'all can chime in
Coercion.
if I'm wrong. Yeah,
Coercion.
coercion is. Go ahead.
Coercion.
You know what that
Nope.
is? Go ahead.
It means that you coerce them into doing something they didn't really want to. You talk them into it, you swindled them. Y'all know the Tinder swindler? This is basically the same type of shit. He made those women believe a certain thing that wasn't true and finessed them out of their money. That's coercion. You can do money, you can do it with actions, you can convince them, yeah, you coerce that person into doing some fucked up shit.
Do you think that's messed up though, ladies and everybody? The fact that he could just take a deal and say, "Hey, I did it," and get it dropped down and just get it to coercion, because he should really be on that registry list if you want to talk about it.
No, I actually followed the when he got arrested and all of that, and I was hoping that they were gonna give him longer, but I was like, got away with it again.
Yeah, like
It was
that day
only
he
2
got
years, right?
arrested, I thought I was finally getting my
2 years.
justice. I
Nothing
thought I
for
was free.
Hold on. What'd you say, Lovely?
I said that day he got arrested for that, I thought he was gonna be locked up forever. I thought I was finally free, but it didn't work out that way.
So you were around at
Nope.
that time.
Was I around? I think I was. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But
Because that was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
2014, I think. I
you
don't
guys
know.
remember what I said about the tarot and stuff, and how he hired people to watch me and stuff. So I thought I was finally free.
Yeah, because even after you away, you still think he watching.
Man,
So I
And
found
then,
the
that's.
part.
yeah, honey, what did
Go
you
ahead.
say? Because y'all was talking at the same time.
Oh no, I found the part. I'm ready to play it.
Okay, everybody self mute. Give Honey the floor real quick.
Oh, he told on himself. So this lying ass motherfucker sat there and bullied me for months over being pregnant and lied and said we never had sex. But we caught him on candid camera admitting to being a little piece of shit.
That's what my son. Y'all know how old my son is. Like at an early age, nigga. I don't know what my nut was pure cocaine, straight from Colombia. I mean, even up to this. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I feel bad for telling y'all.
Wait, start it over. Start it over.
It wasn't.
Start it over.
Bitch.
What? Oh my God.
Nigga, I don't know what, my nut was pure cocaine, straight from Colombia. I mean, even up to this, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I feel bad for telling y'all because it wasn't right. So I'm gonna throw myself up under the bus. But I do think that I'm the one who got Honey V pregnant. I was just scared. I'm like, because I knew it was like a one night thing. And I was like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? But I do think, I ain't never confessed that. But I do think that I think that I really got her pregnant. She always was telling y'all, like, I'm pregnant by Capone. And I was like, you know, you had other people, because she was with her baby daddy. She was with her baby daddy and shit at the same time, I think. But I be feeling bad, man, because I feel like, nigga, if you stick your dick in a woman, you got to be a man enough to take care of it. And I think that she was pregnant by me, you know.
That part.
Once
And
again,
there you
caught in
have
his lie.
it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. This line ass man.
Honey, you ate that. Come with the receipt, sis. I know that's right. You better vindicate yourself. Let me unmute everybody. You better. It's the vindication for me. It's the clearing the name for me. No shade.
Had to.
That part.
Yo, if I
I'm
keep
trying to.
y'all,
At least you got him to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm non-existent still, but I'm cool with that. I'm
Girl,
okay.
stayed on his ass for a little bit. I did. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. So everybody that's just coming in. So Lynette is the mother of TKO and her child. They have a child together, a son together. Honey V has actually dealt with TKO. She shared her story. And Beautiful Lovely, she was, you know, an ex, I would say, an ex of TKO. And so she shared her story as well. Should I add anybody to ask questions? Is that time, or should we wait on Trina? Yetta, what do you think?
let me just see what she said in her full text. Hold on.
Okay. Add Stormy. Stormy's not in the queue. Y'all get out the queue if you don't want to. I'm gonna drop everybody from the queue. Stop joining. Let me clear the whole queue. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God, y'all! It's so many people that want to speak to y'all, ladies.
Okay,
It's
so it was like exactly 15 minutes ago. She says she's on a conference call. She'll be done in 15 minutes. So let's take a
okay.
few questions because it was exactly 15 minutes ago. I'm sure she'll be coming in a second. Um, so yeah, if you think that that's okay, y'all
Yeah.
keep it respectful.
Please, because we will kick, admins will kick. And also everybody, let's try to answer the questions one by one. Or if you have a specific person, just come up here and ask. And only one question, y'all. Do not come up here, and y'all can share y'all stories at the end. Right now, it's about questions, okay, y'all? I'm gonna reiterate that. Questions only, okay? Thank y'all. Use the hoe. Are you here? You have a question?
I just want to say to the ladies, thank you so much for being brave and sharing. And that's all I wanted to say. So thank you so much.
Thank you for saying that. Yes.
Appreciate the props, but yeah, you guys, we are on a kind of a time crunch. So if you guys have a question that you would like answered, please join the queue.
Yes.
I wanted to ask Lynette number two. How old? I probably missed that part. How old were you when you started dealing with TKO? Like when you got pregnant by him?
I've never said the age.
You never said the age.
No,
Oh, okay.
I was between 18 and 20, I think. Almost 20 when I left.
Go ahead, Yada. Period. Let me add somebody else. 1 second, y'all. Go ahead, Christy. You got a
Hi, I
question?
just wanted to ask, like, with everything going on and, this coming back out to light again, how do you ladies feel about, like, having to share your story again,
Um, well,
Anybody could chime in.
I can go first.
Mhm.
Like reliving my abortion, but if it helps another woman, deal with a fuck ass nigga and prevent her from getting pregnant and having to deal with all that, then that's what I'm here for.
Well, for me, I have talked about this for years, and I'll always talk about it. I don't give a fuck. Now, what I have done now is stop trying to warn people. Like I've reached out to females who I've noticed are falling into it, and it never works. Covered in affirmations, and one of them that he wrote back to back twice is that I want to find a gaggle, like basically a gaggle, like a group. I want a gang of beautiful women to stand behind me and finance my dreams. And then he wrote it again, twice in a row. I ran to Armani, who was in the stream, and said, Hermione, have you seen this? Have you seen this? It said this, and he said this, he said this. And she was like, well, what's the date on it? Because he had dates next to the shit that he wrote. I'm telling you, covered front and back, all of the stuff. I said it was, I don't know, like 2012 or something like that, 20, whatever the hell, when he was in jail. I don't remember what it was. And she was like, well, that's not his affirmation now. This is what we do now. She got out the shower and showed me what they repeat to each other every morning now. And it was all fake and fucking positive, right? But he's literally getting exactly what he manifested. He is getting women to finance his dreams and his goals and not give a fuck about none of them. And I truly believe that he has sold his soul to the devil. It's not he's getting blessed. He's not getting blessings from God. He's getting blessings for being evil. Okay. And I believe in that shit. I think that people are in Illuminati. I feel like people do a lot of stuff for success and they ain't shit. They're fucked up, evil ass motherfuckers. And he's one of them. Because you see, ain't nothing ever stopped for him. This nigga still be on boxes. He still got a lot of supporters. Despite all of the fucking evidence that he ain't shit, he don't never provide evidence otherwise to prove that we're wrong and he's right. Has he? But look at people still saying we knew what we was getting ourselves into and we're not really victims. Look at all of this. There's still people who are fucking brainwashed.
It's odd, man. And you know what I'm learning? I'm learning on this app. I see what they say when they say women don't stick together. I had to learn that because these men are sticking with TKO. They're on this app, they're sticking with her, sticking with him. I'm like one of the only few men with a platform that's been standing up for women against TKO, even Nature Boy. But it's very few. You have a lot of sick broadcasters that have a responsibility. Dre Baby and them is literally cloud chasing and trying to, side with him to get him to do an interview. Like, who does that? Y'all literally done seen proof. We're no longer saying allegedly. We don't have to say allegedly when there's proof. You know what I'm saying? TKO, you could take me to court, and try to sue me, but we all know you don't have that type of money. And it's no allegedly, though, because you do beat these women. You are a rapist. You are a pedophile. You're nasty as hell. You synthetic like your kinky twist. Your kinky twist is synthetic like your spirit. Everything about you is synthetic. Your contacts. You feel me?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I do want to put something out there. When I was with him in LA and we was in a hotel or whatever, he did not have his contacts in. I saw his eyes, they're brown.
He never let me see that. Oh, and Armani snitched on me when his beard came off on my face, the Beijing beard bullshit. Y'all know he be spraying that shit on and making his fake ass hairline. That shit came off on my face, and I told Armani it was on my nose, and she went and snitched, and he brought that shit up like a week later. Oh, and by the way, it's not fake beard. It's called Beijing. And I was like, I looked at Armani like, bitch, you told him I said that. You snitch ass motherfucker.
And Beijing is fake. I'm a man. Like, Beijing is what you add. Like, come on, TKO. Just like Brandon and that beard. What's up, Risha? You got a question for us, love bug?
Hi, yes, I do. I have a question for Box 2. So you do have TKO's child. I don't want to get too personal, but I just want to ask, do your son ever ask about his dad and where he is? Things like that.
Yeah, he asked about the one who raised him, the one that lives here, the one that is his
Okay.
father.
Okay, period. Period.
Period.
Okay.
Yes. Period. Okay, we got a lot
I
of people in the
wanted
queue.
to know
Go ahead.
Basically, do y'all see the similarities in each one of y'all?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. No, even though like box 2 and 3 was in the game, and me and Honeybee are not. Well, I mean, Honey was dancing, so kind of, but not. You know what? We all look alike. Clearly, he has a fucking preference, and I think that's because he considers light skin better, which is why he wears all these motherfucking filters and shit. So he wants his gaggle of bitches around him to be all light skinned girls because he thinks that that's better, and that's ridiculous. And you see he has a complex. He always make his nose skinnier. He's not happy with himself, and this is who he wants to be. Us. He want to be us.
Yeah, and I feel like TKO, he feels like light skinned women make more money, and he's all about his money, especially in a strip club. Light skinned women make more money, and I feel like he doesn't like his skin, and he wishes he was a light skinned woman.
Mm.
So
I kind of left something
Okay.
out that I thought was important because people keep saying, you know, Armani would never hoe and things like that. But when we were in the strip club, she was trying to go home with the customer, but he wasn't paying what she wanted. She wanted 500, and he was trying to offer her like 50 or something like that. So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
she definitely has hoed for him before. Yeah, so that's probably
Oh,
why he prefers.
because when we was in the Cosmos, she was leading the way. She said, "I know these halls all too well. She know all the hotels." She said that she alluded to the fact that she'd have been up and down these hallways. She knows them like the back of her hand. She definitely hoed for him before. Like we already know that. For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Also, when we went to the pool for my birthday, Armani did not get in the water, and she had a long sleeve bodysuit on. She said she didn't want to get darker.
What?
What? She didn't want to. Oh my gosh. Anybody else? Did everybody answer? Lynette, did you want to answer? Chime in.
I cannot.
About what?
What was the
I forget
question?
the
Any
question. I'm sorry.
similarities? You're okay. Any similarities between y'all stories? Like, do y'all feel like y'all are similar in any way?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I mean, number three, even though, I wasn't there for that long, like to experience as much as she did, I would have never stayed there for that long either way. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, I just don't understand why he will make anybody believe that it
Right.
was that he started there. But then again, when you're getting somebody that has no experience, has never done this, you'll be able to convince them that this is your first time because they don't know. They don't know the game. They don't know the street. So, you
Yeah,
know,
he manipulates everybody. Like he lies to. It seems like he's lies to all of these women. He's selling y'all a hope, a dream. Um, Lovely. I don't know if you chimed in. I think you did.
like
Oh, okay, there you go.
he tried to make me feel special. He tried to make me feel like I was number one. So he tried to completely erase you. But there was another girl he said was his first in Vegas. So I thought I was like the second. But
Wow.
he didn't mention her at all. And he didn't mention he had kids or nothing.
Of
So
course. Typical P.
I mean, he's not
Typical.
gonna tell you I beat somebody to death. I mean, he first of all, he didn't know he didn't know you know, I went full term with my pregnancy and had my baby. He left me for dead. So how could he know?
right,
You know?
right.
But I was behind that trash can for 6 hours before somebody found me.
And then she found out she was pregnant when
So
she got into the hospital. So he never knew. She never
my
told
son
him.
was born my son was born in 2008, you know?
Somebody said in the
So
comments, "Why did he give y'all different names? Did he rename you, Lynette?
he renames everybody, yeah.
So why does he do that?
Mm.
That's pimps do, right? That's something that pimps.
What he thinks will make you money, what he thinks will attract the people.
He told me he wanted me to be Chanel because I looked like a Chanel, and since there was already an Armani, he wanted me to be Chanel because he always thought that that would be cute. And I
Yeah,
really did not want to change
designer.
my name at all. But what I've been told, because I had a friend on here named Spades Odyssey. She lives in Hawaii. Y'all might know her. She used to be in the comments everywhere. She gave me a whole glossary of pimp terms and the things that pimps do. And a lot of them rang a bell, rang a bell, rang a bell. This is what he do. When they say stuff like you got to stay in pocket. When they say stuff like choose up, choosing fee. Name you, it's because if you can change your name for them, they know they can do anything basically. Like if they can manipulate you to change your name for them, that lets them know right away that they can kind of control you. And I feel like where he fucked up with me is that he thought I was going to be controllable, and I just wasn't. I feel like I definitely disappointed this nigga because I wasn't shutting the fuck up. But yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, like they definitely hate when you talk back. They hate when you stand on your morals. Yeah, you definitely always have been like that. You definitely stand on your morals. Y'all can y'all.
Hey, oh, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go.